happy with this football. It's already probably improvement in the first 25 seconds than it was in the 90 on Saturday. Ball into the area, towards the far post, into the keeper's hands, Jääskeläinen, who looks to bowl it out quickly. But Alfie, really good aggressive start from Forest Green.
Yeah, very, very bright start from Forest Green there, and a good cross there from Jilly Biabu, but well gathered by Jääskeläinen in the Woking goal to keep it 0-0.
Yeah, I'm going to give you a chance to go to that Woking lineup because it's been such a frantic start, and it might continue to do so because Woking have the ball on the halfway line, played back to Hinds. So the Woking 11 sees Jääskeläinen in goal. That's a change. Yes, it is the son of Jääskeläinen in goal. The back four of Richards, Odesina, as Woking look to continue their run forward. Forest Green do well to win the ball back through Mendy, Okoli and Drew. Ricardo Reese played through over the top, but it's over here, it goes into the hands of Jääskeläinen. The two-man midfield of Seiler and Andrews behind the three. Similar formation to Forest Green. Turner in the middle, to the right Hinds, to the left Gabode, and up front Oliver Sanderson. Woking on the ball now, ball at their feet. And Alfie, 5 changes that Woking made from their previous fixture.
Yeah, actually they've not had a league fixture since the 17th of January when they lost to Wealdstone 1-0. But yeah, 5 changes this evening with Odesina coming in, Hinds, Seiler, Turner, and then coming
Woking
out.
To put the ball across the ball now towards the far post. It's a bit too overhit, but does well to recover, but not the best shot that from Hinds. But that was danger from Woking. Biabu committed himself, and Ricardo Reese can't be found with the long ball over the top, and he's offside when the ball's headed forward to him. Biabu committed himself, and suddenly he was out of position, and Woking made the most of that space on the Forest Green left-hand side. Yeah,
and that's exactly what we saw on Saturday. I think Wealdstone were really, really impressive on the break, particularly down those wings, and that's something that Forest Green will definitely have to be cautious of this evening.
If Hinds had a better connection to that, it would have been danger. Carney tracks back, he might actually the ball up for a goal kick, but he can't get there before Sanderson. He keeps the ball on. Pereira for a Woking corner. They're first. And when you can already see, Alfie, we talked about Ricardo Reese up front by himself, the long ball over the top, they've got 2 men back, and he is going to struggle with that today.
Yeah, and I mean, the 2 working centre-halves are very, very tall lads, so I mean, it's going to be difficult for Forest Green to try and really find him aerially, but I mean, Ricardo Reese has been very good at running in behind the defenders as well, though, so I think that's probably where Forest Green will be looking to find him this evening.
They've got to defend a corner first, though. Forest Green just think of keeping Biabu up. Clipped in towards the near post. Woking win the first header. Forest Green haven't convincingly cleared. The ball's bobbling around the penalty area. Still with Woking as the shot comes in. Well blocked from Forest Green. Seiler with the block, and Clark looks to break. Can he get the ball forward on the left-hand side? He's been hassled by Odesina, and Odesina does well to play the ball back to Jääskeläinen, his keeper, who clears up. But Alfie, not the most convincing of defending there from Forest Green.
No, and this was saying before about obviously on the break, and here they come again down the left.
Yeah, it's Woking down their left-hand side. Forest Green to get a tackle in. Mengi tracking back. He sees the ball played across him and waiting for his keeper to come, but Mengi stays on his feet. Actually doesn't, gets pushed to the floor and himself a free kick. But 3.5 minutes gone. Forest Green 0, Woking 0. Woking just seem to be getting into this game, and Forest Green look a bit vulnerable defensively, as always the hangover from Saturday.
Yeah, and I thought that the reaction in that, particularly in that first 30 seconds or so, I really thought Forest Green had started very brightly, but Woking are straight back in Forest Green's faces here.
It's quiet here at the New Lawn today. Savage demanding his players to go forward. Mingy in front of him on the right-hand side. Finds McAllister, tapped to Horton. Looking for options, finds Clark on the left. He's got an overlapping run of Jilly Biabu, who he finds. Good work this from Forest Green. Clark an option in the middle, as is Reese, as is Horton. There's numbers there if Biabu can get the ball into the box. Does not do that successfully. Goes straight off for actually might go for a throw in on the far side. But yeah, need a better ball there because Forest Green had options in the area. Yeah,
it was a very quick break, and it all started from Kyle McAllister there, finding Jaden Clark in the middle, through Nick Horton as well, and then that brilliant ball back out to the left-hand side where Biabu was. But yeah, just the cross, couldn't find any connection again.
Savage being told to get back into his box on Adam Ricketts, the 4th official. Just shouting in front of him. Little smile from Savage, not realising actually he's out of his area. Third up the line for Woking. Mendy wins the first ball though and finds McAllister. Clips over top to Ricardo Reese. Might have won himself a corner. Actually gets tipped off for a throw instead. Good defending. Ricardo Reese being busy deep in the Woking half. And it's going to be Mingy with the throw. Not sure he's got a long one in his locker. Plays it short to Woku. Gives the ball away, does Mingy when he gets the ball back, and Woking come away with it. Carnu, who's so far up trying to win the ball back for Forest Green, but he gets the ball played away from him. Forest Green will be wary of any sort of break, but thankfully the ball drifts off all Woking throw. Kirkhoff comes away with it. Plays to the left-hand side of Biabu. To Clark. Biabu continues his run, but Clark stops the play. Back to Woking. Woking putting men behind the ball. It's open up for Mendy. Plays to the right-hand side of Mingy. The edge of the penalty area. Again, there's options in the box. His cross is charged down off for Forest Green Rovers corner. It's interesting, Alfie, isn't it? When Forest Green have possession, you look up and there's a plethora of options in there.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was a good ball from Mendy to Mingy there. Just a cross. I think he probably took a little bit too long to get it into the box there. I think he was just waiting for the time run of the forwards to get in, but it was well blocked and Forest Green win their first corner.
That they do. And Woking with every man back. 6 minutes gone. Busky forms at the edge of the box for the Forest Green players. They're in pink, by the way. We'll talk about that shortly. But it's played short to Reese on the near post. Played it back across goals. Players fall to the floor. Referee gives nothing. Not a bad routine that from Forest Green. Which is it seems to be McAllister found the near post. Horton gets the ball back though. Woking have the numbers back. Forest Green have the numbers 4 from that corner. McAllister with the ball on the left foot. Plays it into the box. Headed down by Forest Green. Can Reese get there first? He can't. And Woking managed to clear all the way back to the keeper, Eisted. Just sometimes for Forest Green, they may look a bit small today because they haven't got Babalola, no Ryan Innes, Deutsch on the bench, and you've got the defenders of Kirkhoff and Carnu as Roker goes down the right hand side, finds Mengi by the corner flag. Wins himself another corner, does so. Yeah, in terms of the height, Alfie, not an obvious aerial option there for Forest Green in the box.
No, and I think the only real way is probably from these corner opportunities where Carnu, Kirkhoff and Mendy are going to be in the box and in and around it. But aside from that, it's really not a very tall team out there this evening.
No, Mendy's probably the tallest out there. Babalola would be the target man, but isn't around today. They're always running this out injured for the last few weeks. Played in aerially, though, towards the far post. Headed towards Kirkhoff, doesn't win the first header, and the referee gives a free kick as a player for Woking falls into the box. Yeah, in terms of the kit, Forest Green's home kit is what the lime green black spots show. Woking are there in the red and white. We're not seeing either kit. Forest Green are in their away kit of the pink and black and pink shorts, and Woking in their away kit of the yellow top, black shorts and yellow socks. So bizarrely see both teams in their away kit. I'm unsure the exact reason why, whether the referee wasn't happy with the kit clash, whether Woking only bought their away kit and Forest Green had to wear theirs, I don't know. But both teams look in their away kit today. Forest Green looking pretty in pink. Biabu with a heavy touch, gives the ball away inside the centre circle. Roysaler has the ball on the halfway line. There's a frantic start for Forest Green after the first 30 seconds. Not too much after that. It's still goalless here on BBC Radio Gloucestershire. Clark wins the work on the halfway line. Needs options. Runs into a bit of traffic and Mendy gets dispossessed. And Woking restart. Interesting to see how this formation works today, Alfie, with Reese. Is he looking a bit isolated? Again, at times he's got 3 men around him with that McAllister, Clark and Horton.
Well, I think that's been the concern. He's always played off of another striker, and just trying to find him through those defenders as well, I think might be tough for Forest Green this evening.
Woking with Hens, plays the ball into the box. It's time for Woking to go ahead. They do just that. Forest Green get completely undone. A simple through ball into the penalty area, easily cleared by Woking. And out of nowhere, after 9 minutes, it's Forest Green Rovers 0, Woking 1.
Well, I can't believe the space that Ollie Sanderson's found himself in through on goal there. I mean, it was a brilliant ball from the Woking midfielder, but I do question that defending. I mean, I can't believe how it's managed to get through to Ollie Sanderson that easy. And it was a good finish by the striker as well.
It was a calm, confident finish by him, but just completely played through. Who should have been on him? It's just poor defending. The ball through to him, just found his way to him. We're looking at some of the TV replays today away to our right-hand side, and it's going to be proper diagnosis of what went wrong there for Forest Green. Now, if you've looked at the replay, how on earth has he just given the whole freedom of Forest Green? Yeah,
I think it was on Gabe Kirkhoff's side, actually. Just come over to try and cover, but yeah, I can't believe as that ball's really found him. And credit to the striker, though, it's a good finish, and Woking lead 1-0.
Good finish, but they should have done better to the Forest Green Rovers defence. So Forest Green's quest for a clean sheet at home continues. 150 days since they last had a clean sheet at home in the league, and it's not going to happen tonight. And they're not playing again here till the 14th of February, and they host Carlisle, who aren't going to be an easy opposition. But Forest Green's woes continue, and Woking were running truly in the game. They weren't knocking on the door with continued pressure, but Forest Green just switched off, and the calmest a finish. And how did Forest Green recover from this?
Well, I think that's the thing as well, though. Forest Green had literally, they started off really, really brightly, then it went back Woking's way, and I would probably say like 5 or 6 minutes afterwards, Forest Green were the better team, and ultimately Woking came straight through.
Here they come again, they're Woking. Julibiabu mopping up and wins himself a throw in his own half. I don't know how Forest Green need to change things as well further up front. You're right, at times they have the ball, they've got numbers in the box, but no out threat really. Ricardo Reese is looking a little bit lonely today. Savage looking glum at the edge of his technical area. Forest Green's poor run of form continues. That throw at the line is silence here at the new lawn, because again Forest Green just starting to look second best. And well, they were struggling to break down Woking in the first 11 minutes of this game, and Woking, as we've seen many teams too, because we know poor Forest Green are conceding goals at the league at home, they're just going to sit deep, and Forest going to try and break them down even more. Yeah,
absolutely. We saw it from Altrincham the other Wednesday as well. Took the early lead and really tried to just see out the game, but I mean, credit to Woking, they keep going here.
They are down the left hand side through Hinds. Forest Green look to win the ball back, but it goes off for a throw in to Woking, taken by Andrews, and it's going to be a long one because the Coney makes its way into the penalty area. Not too much wind today, the flags on the far side are looking limp, just heavy rain, but it's going to be a long throw that Forest going to have to deal with. Played into the box, Mendy wins the first ball and cleared by Woku. He plays over top looking for Ricardo Reese. Not a bad ball through, and the keeper comes off his line. Can Reese get there first? He just can't, as Jääskeläinen clears into the night sky. But that was a good simple ball, an outward ball from Forest Green.
Yeah, absolute Route 1 stuff there from Forest Green, but well gathered by Jääskeläinen to just clear it away for a throw-in, because Ricardo Reese was certainly through in the goal.
Well, as Clark finds Horton, gets tackled as well with a foul on the way, and we give an update in the National League, Alfie.
Yeah, Rochdale leading Boreham Wood by a goal to nil. Devante Rodney after 6 minutes.
Referee, I don't think he gave a yellow there. He's pointing to his whistle. He raised his whistle, didn't he, instead of a yellow card for the Woking player, so they've got to play for the whistle. So Forest going to have this free kick, 45 yards away from goal. Not really shootable. Clark and McAllister over it. Horton in the penalty area, alongside Mendy and Kirkhoff and Carnu. Reese there as well. Julibiabu's popped up as well. There are currently 6, 4, 7, 8 Forest Green players almost all offside. Whether they'll pop on. Clark plays the ball in. It's a decent ball finding Reese, and it goes in! Forest Green draw level, and it's Helene in and scored, and I think it might have been Kirkhoff, is it, who scored on one of his 2 starts for Forest Green. Signed Forest Green a few weeks ago and draws Forest Green levels today.
Yeah, the Woking bench in front of us were really, really unhappy there with how they defended that free kick, but a brilliant ball in from, I don't actually saw who took the free kick there, but it was a great header from Kirkhoff to draw the game level, and a good header past Jääskeläinen as well.
Forest Green scored from a set piece, that's a rarity as well. I thought Kirkhoff just got there in front of Reese, headed it past the keeper, well placed header as well. Moaning about himself, Forest Green not having the height advantage. Well, Kirkhoff is one of the tall centre backs and drew Forest Green level. And again, with Forest Green's goal, there'll be questions of how they switched off. And I think for Woking, as Carney goes down to the floor, fairly says the referee, gives away a corner. Surprised about that. But for Woking's second corner, decent ball in, wasn't it? Was it Clark just finding him, and really good header, simple header going past Jääskeläinen. Yeah,
absolutely. You wonder whether that's down to Wayne Hatswell coming in this week, and wonder whether he's had any time to really sort that one out.
Yeah, Wayne Hatswell joined the club. We'll talk about that shortly, because Forest Green got to defend a corner here. Played in towards the 6-yard box. Forest Green can't win the first header, and Woking let's go ahead. Poor defending on both teams there in the space of a few minutes. Forest Green drew level after 13, but the corner comes in, headed in by Woking. I don't see who it was. It's from 5 yards out. Free header for him, and suddenly Woking retake the lead. It's Forest Green 1, Woking 2.
Well, what an unbelievable start to this game after 15 minutes. I think it was Joe Kabode who's got the goal for Woking there, but a brilliant header. Just too easy from the corner. We were literally just talking about Wayne Hatswell and no set piece routines, but Forest Green concede one straight up the other end.
Yeah, who's given the goal scorer? Was it Cody, did you say? It was hard to tell.
I think it was Kabode, number 26.
Kabode with the goal. But how, again, what went on with Forest Green's defence? It seemed to be a free header in the 6-yard box.
Yeah, it was almost unbelievable. As much as it was a bit closer towards the front post, it almost reminded me of the first goal that Forest Green conceded on Saturday against Wealdstone, where it's completely unmarked and very easily found to make it 2-1 to Woking already after 16 minutes.
Forest Green scored from a set piece. Great. Conceded from a set piece. 2 minutes later, some more poor defending. Forest Green go long. Horton doesn't win that aerial ball, but Mendy wins the second ball to McAllister. Poor from Forest Green. McAllister backhills it to Woku. Needs support in the box. There's no one there, and they're all outside the area, being forced back. 3 goals in the first 16 minutes here at the New Lawn. It's Forest Green 1, Woking 2. Biabe on the left, finds Clark. Forced further back away from goal to Mendy, to Kanu. Again, being close to giving the ball away. And Frank Kirkroft, if he did get all the way after the hassle of Kabode, he would have been through. Forest Green find Clark, edge of the area, just gets the ball nipped away from him. Reese working hard to try and win the ball back. But still with Woking, they got the right hand side, powerfully hit off for a Forest Green throw. 3 goals in the first 15 minutes of this game. And all we could say, Alf, is probably 3 goals of poor defending.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I can't really think of one where they've really been tested. All 3 of the goals have been far too easy so far in this game.
Clark down the left-hand side to Biabe, who's onside, despite the calls of the Woking fans and players. Still with Forest Green down the left, looking for Clark at the edge of the area. Woking camped behind the ball. Biabu's there. Goes past one, looks to win himself a corner, goes off for a throw instead. Running to the traffic of the Woking defence. And Forest Green's drawing level didn't last too long. Woking went up the other end of the pitch, won themselves a corner and scored from it. Throw in, finds Clark. Edge of the area. Back to Clark. Again, you look at, there's not aerial options there. There's a few players in pink, McAllister, Reese and Alton. Can the ball find any of them? It can't, it's cleared. Woking clear into the, looking to go in the Forest Green half. Kirkhoff wins the ball back. Goes into the night sky. And Mendy for Forest Green brings the ball down well. He's got options to his right hand side if he can find any of them, but he can't find Mengi. And the ball's cleared from Jaskalainen. Bizarre game. Just Kabode confirmed as the goal scorer for Woking. But you look back at the replays, Alfie, it was congested in there, which is even more strange, isn't it? How he didn't drift away from his man towards the far post. He was just bang in the middle of the 6-yard box and headed home. Yeah,
absolutely. He's got that striker's instinct as well. Kabode's had a good start to life at Woking on loan from Luton. Scored in the last round against Walton and Hersham at the FA Trophy on Saturday.
Horton with the back heel giving the ball away. Forest can win the ball back though through Horton to Mingy on the right hand side. Goes to the penalty area, goes past one, wins the ball back and places a shot the left footed wide for a goal kick. Still a lot of football still to play. Only 19 minutes gone. It's Forest Green 1, Woking 2. Forest, they've had glimmers, haven't they? It's not going to be a game where they're going to lump it long and have any sort of hold-up play. That with the likes of the 3 of Clark, Horton and McAllister, Reese up front, it's about playing the ball on the floor. Saying that, they've just scored from a set piece, but that's where their threats have been in open play.
Yeah, just going back to that chance from Mingy there, I mean, the idea was right, it was just got the execution wrong, but I mean, credit to Forest Green though, they have responded quite well since the goal, and just looking down that left towards Julie Biabe again, but he's put some good crosses in already, trying to find Ricardo Reese in the box, but just Woking have defended really well so far.
Biabe down the left-hand side. It's a handball, or at least a foul, as the Woking player goes down handling the ball. So it's going to be a free kick to Forest Green on the left-hand side. They think about taking it quickly, they're not allowed to, but it's going to be Clark to take. more of an angle now, but let's not forget Forest Green did score from their previous set piece. They conceded a few minutes late at the other end, but let's see how they do now. With this, the way this game's going, I wouldn't be surprised there's another goal shortly. Free kick to Forest Green. I think it's Clark and McAllister over it again. Look at, there's a player completely unmarked on the edge of the area, Jilly Biabu. There's a two-man wall from Woking. All the other outfield players are at the defensive line, 12 yards up from the goal line. Clark and McAllister over it, and I imagine it's going to be Clark to take. He does do so towards the near post, not the best one, cleared by Woking into the night sky. Might go for a throw in. Actually, it's not well kept on from Woking. It's played all back to Eisted, who goes forward. He's still got the big men up there. Kirkhoff, Carney's still there. Kirkhoff winning the first header, and Carney gets completely out-jumped and surely has some contact on his back. Referee says no, and Woking have a chance to break because Forest Green had the defenders up there. Controversial Woking score from this with that ball into the box, but it's cleared from Forest Green. I mean, Carl McAllister is one of the players back there defending, and Forest Green have a chance with Horton now. Gets the ball taken off him well. Actually, so as the advantage given against him, McAllister drives on forward. Biarva's to his right, Ricardo Reese in the middle, finds Biarva in the penalty area, goes into his left foot, thinks about shooting, does so, just goes over the bar by a couple of inches, but good play from Forest Green. Yeah,
very, very good break there between Kyle McAllister and Jilly Biabu on that right-hand side. Well released to find Biabu in a curling effort that just narrowly goes over the crossbar to keep it at 2-1.
Very good build-up from Forest Green. But in the build-up to that, surely Carney was fouled. I mean, a bit of contact on his head and went to the floor. And it's a player down for Forest Green, and it's Jay Mingy, and you might have heard the call of Knowlesy then. That was from Savage, maybe to get warmed up, because Mingy's looking to be in a bit of pain here. Mingy's down, and I don't see what that was really, why he's got any sort of contact. It's almost worse, isn't it, when he's not on the end of a foul?
No, and the other thing is, obviously Trey Pemberton's been left out of the squad as well tonight. So your real out-and-out right back. Obviously Tom Knowles is capable of playing there, but I think he'd rather have him a little bit higher up if he could. But yeah, no Trey Pemberton on the bench, misses out this evening.
There's 22.5 minutes gone, bang in the middle of the half and quarter of the way through the game. It's Forest Green Rovers 1, Woking 2. Gabodi and Sanderson with the goals of Woking, Kirkhoff the goal scorer of Forest Green. Sometimes when a player goes down midway through a half, you do think, is it fully legit? The way that Knowles has got warmed up and Savage called towards him, I wouldn't be surprised if this could be the end of the game for Mingy. He's got some treatment, he's limping off. The referee's got to tell the players to get back onto the pitch. All of them are getting some fluids on. He seems okay, does Mingy. But let's see how Knowles is looking, whether he's getting his kit ready. Also just been told to put on his training kit and go back onto it. So maybe Mingy might be okay actually after all that, Alfie.
Yeah, I think it just assessed him. I don't know if he was just feeling his knee a little bit when he got back up, so definitely keep an eye on that one and as to whether Tom Knowles comes on or not.
Forest Green temporarily down to 10. Referees just telling everyone to get back into their positions. Woking in no rush to take this. As we just said, it's only a quarter way through the game and it's been the first 3 goals. It seems like we're far deeper into it. Plenty of time for some more twists and turns. Mingy bringing on some fluids, so I think might be okay to come on, but Forest Green need to be aware that they're down to 10. McAllister's filling in at that right back role at the moment. Woking, I'm sure, will look to exploit the man advantage. Going down the right now, do Woking. Back to the middle of Andrews. Looking to use that numerical advantage. They go down the left, and Horton with an important touchdown to intercept. Wins all that for Forest Green. Goes past one well. Finds Clark in the middle. There's options to his left, and Ricardo Reese in the middle. Still with Clark at his feet. Goes down the left-hand side. Biavu. Mingy's back on. Forest got to 11. Biavu might have a shot at the edge of the area. Plays into the congested box, and McAllister gets the ball back. To Nwoku. To Mingy. Looks okay in the edge of the area. Sees his cross charge down to go for a corner. It does. For Forest Green, their third. And Alfie, I think Forest are going to get more into this game now, aren't they, going forward? They've got the 3 and the 1 of Reese up front with the 3 behind him of Horton, McAllister and Clark, and they seem to be settling into that formation.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just think it's almost an attacking unit that hasn't worked together at all this season.
Corner's playing towards the far post, poor one, easily dealt with by the Woking defence and cleared into the Forest Green half. Actually goes off for a Forest Green throw. Not the best corner. Referee says Forest Green to take it in the right place. 25 minutes gone. Forest Green 1, Woking 2. But yeah, they're finding their stride, Forest Green. Forwards, the shout from Savage you can hear. Kanu finds Mendy, clips over the top to Mingy. Reese picks up the second ball edge of the area, controls it well. Just sends himself in a shooting position. Plays it across to Horton with the first time shot, takes a few ricochets and goes into the hands of Jääskeläinen.
That absolutely could have bounced anywhere. It was a good effort from Nick Horton. Even though it was a little bit soft, it deflected it just about everywhere in that box, and well gathered by Jääskeläinen in the Woking goal.
Yeah, well watched. It took a deflection or two. McAllister heads it forward and finds Mendy. Who wins himself a free kick. And referee has no hesitation giving it Forest Green's way. She's taken down late. Just looking at the formation, McAllister was quite deep then, wasn't he, on the right hand side, with pushing up forward as Forest Green looked to find Clark down the left. It's played back to the keeper Jääskeläinen, clears it first time off for a throw. Forest Green on the halfway line. Yeah, Mingy's going back into that right back role. Seems okay as well, doesn't he? It looked like it's going to be Knowles coming on. But Mingy's back up and all right. Throw to Forest Green. Kirkhoff on the halfway line. Forward again, the shout from Savage. Kanu to Woku. They're being pressed, Forest Green. They do well to pass the ball back to the defence. And that's poor from Kirkhoff giving the ball away. But Horton does well to recover. Spreads it to the left to Biabu. He can't be found. But it's cleared for a Forest Green throw. Horton influencing the game a bit, isn't he? I think he's enjoying that number 10 role today. Mingy with a cross ball. He does well to get a touch onto it. Back to McAllister. Woku's got space edge of the area, who, if he can find him, he does. Plays across to Horton. Goes past one, edge of the D, thinks about shooting. Going to his left foot, takes a shot, and goes into the hands of Jääskeläinen, the keeper. But Alfie, just for a saying, Horton seems to be enjoying himself.
Yeah, that was very classic Nick Horton play there. Just turning and changing on that edge of the box just to try and find his left foot. But good effort and well gathered by Jääskeläinen. But yeah, just going back to Horton, he's only started one in his last 6. I just think he needs a run of games just to try and get back into the team now.
It's a big run that Forest Green have got after today. They're losing at home to Woking. They travel to York on Saturday, Rochdale on the Wednesday after, then host Carlisle. They've got some hard games coming up, and they haven't done too well in the supposedly easier ones. Kanu in his own half finds McAllister, still in his own half, being hassled by the Woking midfield, and Kirkhoff almost gives the ball away and has to recover well to find Kanu. That was a bit dangerous, but Woking discipline in their press. Mendy finds McAllister. Crossfield ball looking for Biabu. It's perfect. How's the touch? Not bad from Tilly Biabu. Controls it well. Needs options though. McAllister's there. To Clark on the left. Needs options in the box as Clark goes into the area now. Played across the far post. Goes off for a goal kick. And it's still Forest Green 1, Woking 2. But Forest Green are nowhere down and out of this game.
Absolutely, and that could have been a chance for Jaden Clark there, but looks like we're going to have a change now with Tom Knowles coming on.
Yeah, Knowles is going to be coming on. Is that for Jay Mingy? It is. Yeah, he may be definitely recover from that injury. Trots off as Mingy. Shame for him as well, because Forrest's been looking okay with him, but Tom Knowles, bit of a fan's favourite. And good for him to get onto the pitch again. An attack-minded player as well, but he's in that right-back role today, so can't have the freedom that maybe he had last Saturday.
Yeah, and it's a shame for Jay Mingy as well. I think he's been impressive in those 3 or 4 games that he's already played for Forest Green, particularly against Scunthorpe as well, I thought. Yeah,
he's been okay for Forest Green, but unfortunately will be coming off today. Knowles gets his touch on the right-hand side. Goes past his man well. And wins up a throw-in as well. Good work from the Forest Green number 11. I guess for Mingy, who's been subbed off, he's on loan, isn't he, from Stockport. So Forest Green, maybe where you don't want to, if a player's got an injury on loan, you don't really want to frustrate the parent club and keep playing and get it worse. Clark to Mendy. Biabu on the left-hand side. It's quiet here at the new line, isn't it, Alfie? Maybe it's, I know Sam has alluded to it, the fans need something to cheer about, and well, they're 2 goals to 1 down. Reese gets the ball back, but gives the ball away. And Woking look come down the left, looking to break forward. They seem to have the numerical advantage through Hinds. Goes in the middle. But Clark wins the ball back well for Forest Green. Finds Mendy. To Biabu. Woking goes on forward. Biabu shrugs off one challenge and doesn't shrug off the second because he wins himself a free kick. Get to the atmosphere, Alfie. I guess it's hard for Forest Green because they've been in a bit of this in this rut. And it's continuing.
It's quite a low crowd here as well at the New Lawn this evening. The South Stand's, I would probably only say, really half full this evening. The East Stand doesn't really look too full either.
Knowles down the right hand side. Wins up a throw. He's got a long throw in his locker, Knowles, so might play it into the box. Yes, it's been rainy all day here in Gloucestershire, not the nicest conditions. Those may have made the decision to listen at home. Very well, welcome to you. Listen on BBC Radio Gloucestershire. Knowles winning himself a throw. He's been impressive since coming off the bench. Has Knowles. Throws the ball back to Carnu though. To Kirkhoff, the goal scorer for us. It seems a while ago, isn't it? There's been no goals in the last 15 minutes. There was 3 in the first though. There was 3 in the space of 5 minutes, wasn't there? And Alfie, another goal in the National League.
Yeah, Rochdale have gone 2-0 up against Boreham Wood now through Manny Diasurvey on 29 minutes.
I think, well, Surrey's alluded to it, but any sort of chance of Forest Green winning the league are pretty much well and truly over, you have to say. With, well, as it stands now, it's not even worth thinking about it, but Rochdale 12 points above Forest Green, and Forest Green, they're 9 points above Southend in 8th position, so 7th is the last in the playoff. Southend have got 3 games in hand on Forest Green as it stands. If they win those 3 games, it's nerves for Forest Green. And as we said, it's they're losing at home to Woking. And you think who they've got to play against shortly as York, Rochdale and Boreham Wood. The next 3 games, it's tricky for Forest Green. We've got to focus on today though, as Knowles finds McAllister in the Woking half to Woku, to Clark on the left hand side. Good footballist on Forest Green. Clark to Woku again at the edge of the area. It's congested, but gets into a decent position, has a shot and goes into Jaskalainen's hands to his right hand side. He's being tested, isn't he, Jaskalainen, the Woking keeper?
Yeah, he certainly has, and we don't really see many shots from Timmy Nwoko there, but it's a good effort and really forced Jaskalainen to reach and make that save there to make it, just keep it at 2-1.
Huge kick from him, and he looks to find Sanderson, who shrugs off Kirkhoff with ease actually and played the ball into the area. It was not the most convincing one. It goes off for a goal kick Forest Green's way. Yeah, I think Forest Green are playing okay, just Ricardo Reese isn't being fully utilised. But Forest Green are looking impressive, or getting more impressive, with Clark, who's on the ball now, Horton, McAllister and Knowles, who's on the pitch as well. They're playing attacking formation and personnel, but they've only scored 1 goal to Woking's 2, and that's not the best ball across goal and cleared from the Woking defence. And Woking give the ball away. McAllister gets onto the end of it on the right hand side. Got 2 men on him, but Knowles is behind him. Wins up a throw. And Forest Green probably making them all the chances since Woking went ahead. But Reese gets the ball nipped off him, and Woking clear from the back. There's no one up there for him, so Carnu easily controls the ball. But Woking have had 2 good chances and scored from both of them. Sardis after 10 minutes, played through and easily got in the end of the ball. Gabode 5 minutes later from a corner. In the middle, Forest Green scored a goal as well. Mendy into the congested penalty area, finds Horton. And it's a poor touch from Biabu, goes off for a throw Woking's way. And there's a player down for Woking, Jaskalainen. You can hear who you boos, because I'm not sure it's 100% legit, because straight away Woking call their players and have a little bit of a team talk.
Yeah,
and this is the frustration, isn't it, Alfie? He's not injured.
Yeah, and absolutely, and it's only 10 minutes before half time as well, so it's just a bit of a surprising one and a bit of a stoppage in the game. But just going back to that point about Ricardo Reese, I do think he's really looked a bit isolated tonight, and I think he could probably do with a strike partner up there. I mean, I can't really recall him really having many touches to the ball so far in this opening 35 minutes or so. But
the players around him have done, haven't they? McAllister, the threat seems to become McAllister and Horton and Clark instead of Ricardo Reese. So Woking are using this opportunity with Jaskalainen injured. And even the referee's talking to seeing how he is. But yeah, interesting that they're having this team talk deliberately so. Jaskalainen's going to be absolutely fine. Whether they're going to change the formation. And Forest Green have created chances the last 5-10 minutes, whether Woking are just going to try and shut up shop before half-time. Maybe the change of formation. He's okay, Jääskeläinen. That's a surprise.
Well, I think that's the annoying thing for Forest. That's the annoying thing for Forest Green as well, though. Like, they have been on top in this last 10 minutes or so, and then just suddenly the game stops and they completely reset again.
I'm not even sure that they even sent up Craig Ross, the sub-goalkeeper, to warm up. Normally you've got to play the game and get the sub-goalkeeper to warm up, but they didn't even bother with that. And that's something that's got to change in football. There's been talk about whether, when a goalkeeper goes down in this treatment, they've got to nominate an outfield player to go off for the 30 seconds, which might go towards stopping it. So play will restart with a Woking throw. This is a change of formation for Woking after that. We'll have to wait and see. As play restarts, hopefully the referee will add on a few minutes for that, as Woking has the throw in their own half. Kirkhoff wins the header back and wins himself a throw as well, which Forest Green look to take quickly through Clark, but there's not much awareness around him, and he has to throw it back to Kirkhoff, to Kanu. Mendy's in the middle, Knowles is to his right, he's got Biabu to the far left. They find McAllister, who plays to Knowles on the right hand side, does well to recover that Knowles. It's a powerful hit to him, ball fall into the area. But there's loads of pink of Forest Green. They're in their away kit today, but Woking managed to clear, and clear convincingly as well. They go on the left-hand side. Gabode going to get past Kanu, who shows too much of the ball, and Kanu gets fouled and wins up a free kick. Good defending that from Kanu. Stay strong. And Forest Green still trailing. It's Forest Green 1, Woking 2. I think Forest Green need to do something before half-time. I think Woking might be a bit more resolute in their defending in the second half. Knowles on the right, just can't get to the ball first. And it's well kept on by Hinds of Woking. Plays the ball into the further down the left-hand side. They've got Gabode in the middle, they can find him. He's there at the edge of the area. Heavy touch as well to recover. Force up the area. The cavalry's arrived for Forest Green, but the ball's played into the box to the near post, and Forest Green can't. They got the first ball, they managed to clear with the second, and that was danger for the Rovers.
Yeah, this is what Woking have been very good at, those crosses into the box, but here come Forest Green anyway.
Yeah, they go down the left-hand side with Ricardo Reese. He's got options in the box of Horton. McAllister. Sops is wrong. Finds McAllister there to the D. Back kills it to Clark with a powerful shot and goes inches over the bar for a goal kick. Again, a good pop for Forest Green and great play.
That's much better from Forest Green and very, very quick on the break there. We were only just talking about that Woking chance literally 30 seconds before. Forest Green run right up the other end, and just unfortunate for Jaden Clark to blaze over the crossbar.
There's definitely more goals in this game, but unfortunately for Forest Green, I think they could be either end, because they're looking a bit vulnerable defensively. That ball towards the near post could have gone anywhere, and Forest Green need to recover as Jääskeläinen clears this goal kick, gets huge distance onto it, and Kirkhoff gets easily shrugged off the ball, but Forest Green win the second ball well. Back to Woku. Knowles is an option on the right hand side who he finds. Got a lot of space in front of him. He runs forward. McAllister's to his left. Might go himself, does Knowles, but plays the ball looking for Reese. A bit too audacious that, but Mendy picks up the second ball. Finds McAllister on his left foot, looking to find Horton, who pulls out of that. The ball's cleared into the referee, and he's has to stop play because it's whacked right to him. Interesting to see how play restarts, because Forest Green might have managed to get on the end of that clearance.
Yeah, I agree there, but it's a good save by the referee nonetheless.
I think the referee's going to give an uncontested drop ball Forest Green's way. I think it is going to be. Yeah, it's an interesting call because it's which way to give it.
Well, Sutton had cleared up the line, but I think the possession was going back in the favour of Forest Green there. Not Sutton, sorry, Woking.
Similar colours.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Woking in their away kit of the yellow and black, like Sutton's home. Forest Green in their away kit of pink. Horton, 40 yards away from goal, finds Knowles on the right hand side. Again, options in there if you can find one. He can't though, because it's easily cleared from Woking, but Mendy looks to win the ball back, but Woking come away with it. Mendy beat well. Gabode goes past one challenge, cuts inside. Mendy wins the ball back well, really well, and Forest Green retain possession through Horton. To McAllister, as a player down to Woking, Gabode, who's half holding his head. I think he wants to play to stop. Referee waved it away. McAllister to Reese, edge of the box, drives on forward. congested there as Woking run behind the ball. McAllister with the shot, blocked from Woking and cleared. Back to Kanu. It's all Forest Green at the moment, but they are trailing by 1-2. Clip ball over the top's not the best and goes off for a goal kick. But the pressure is continuing to come for Forest Green.
Yeah, absolutely. They look good on the break again there. Just that cross towards Tom Knowles, just overhit and straight out for a goal kick. But to be fair, credit to Forest Green for trying to respond back into this game.
5 minutes, just under 5 minutes, a normal time to go. There's got about 3 or 4 minutes you'd hope for the added on. There's been the injury to Jääskeläinen. Mingi came off injured. Plus, there's been 3 goals as well. Jääskeläinen eventually with the goal kick. Mendy wins the header. So goes off for a Woking throw. Forest Green got to keep the intensity up before the half-time whistle goes, because, well, despite being 2-1 behind, I think after Kabode put Woking back in front after the quarter-hour mark, Forest Green probably have been the better of the two teams.
Yeah, I agree, and even before that goal as well, I think Forest Green were trying to search to go ahead, but good header by Kabode to make it 2-1.
Knowles in the halfway line, drives on forward, looks to go past one. Finds McAllister, little 1-2, and a touch too many, because Forest Green playing pretty, but Woking putting numbers in the box defending. Horton to the left-hand side of Bialbu. Not the best ball to him, and Woking managed to clear. For Forest Green throw. Forest Green need to play it quickly, but to want to keep the momentum going. Woking defending deep. Mendy, edge of the centre circle to Knowles on the right. McAllister creates a run and he finds him in the penalty box. Been forced out wide though. 2 Woking players on him. Needs support. Kanu's there. Heavy touch as well to recover back to Mendy. He's the last man back for Forest Green. It's despite being in deep in the Woking half. Has a shot. It ain't bad. It goes wide of the goal. But Mendy gets a score for Forest Green, and that wasn't a bad effort from 30 yards out.
Yeah, it was a very good effort actually, and a few fans around us I think actually thought it had gone in. It was that close from this angle anyway. But yeah, great effort from Laurent Mendy there.
Well, yes, Goliath, he must have known it was going wide. He looked like he was just cemented to the spot. But that would have been a worldie from him. Again, Forest Green getting chances. I think Savage often says we created too many chances and need to take our chances. Wasn't the case on Saturday. They didn't create hardly any chances and conceded 3. Today they are creating chances, but they conceded 2 and only scored 1. Mendy on the ball to Knowles. He had to come off the bench for the injured Mengi, and has been impressive doing so. To Nwoku, does well to get onto that ball and find McAllister. Balls back to the halfway line to Kanu. Mendy to Clark on the left. Horton in the box, Reese there as well, it's still with Clark. Back to Mendy, had a go here a second ago, didn't have a long range shot. There's 11 Woking players between the ball and the goal. Still got the ball at his feet, but taps to Clark. It's over hit and Clark does well to recover, but momentum's gone. But he keeps the ball on. Back to Kirkhoff. Woking deep. Kirkhoff needs options. McAllister's there. A bit of a too tricky, audacious touch. Forest can try and play pretty football, and it's so congested in the penalty area, they just can't get some touches away.
Yeah, it was very nice run on the eye, but yeah, just too many touches there from Forest Green.
Mendy can't control that crossfield ball, and Drew gets it on the right for Woking. It's attack for them. Can they score 3 before half time? They're being forced back to the halfway line of Akoli. Still with possession. To Richards. To Hinds. He's got a bit too much space as Hinds. Richards continues his run. Hinds plays the ball back. Woking, I think, is going through the phases, waiting until half time in the last minute of normal time. And Woking looking comfortable on the ball. They go all the way back to Jääskeläinen. Come and chase us down, they say. Jääskeläinen goes long, very long. Forest Green, they need to challenge that. They switch off. How is that a free header of Sanderson, who wins that ball, and Woking get on forward, and Savage looks frustrated, to say the least. An aerial ball which Forest Green didn't even challenge. And it's still with Richards to Hinds on the left. Forest Green have the numbers back, but Woking have had the ball at their feet for a good minute or so. Going back through Jääskeläinen. They've had touches aplenty. Shown too much of the ball though, and Mendy wins the ball back. And it's going to be 6 minutes of time added on. Probably fair. At the end of the first half. Being signalled by the fourth official. Knowles down the right hand side. What Forest Green doing this? 6 minutes of time added on. First ball in the box. Can't find Reese. Cleared. Back to Woku. To Biabu's popped on the right hand side. 2 players on him for Woking. He's shown to touch the ball. Jilly Biabu and gives the ball away. With again a bit too much trickery, Alfie, from Forest Green. You could argue there's been a few too many backflips giving the ball away. He's trying to do maybe a trick too many. There was Jilly Biabu.
Yeah, I think Forest Green have also taken a little bit too long to do certain things in this game. I mean, just looking back at that ball from Jääskeläinen into the middle. I mean, Ollie Sanderson's got like absolutely loads of time just to be able to get that touchdown, and it's almost inexcusable really from Forest Green to defend like that.
Yeah, it's not been the best from Forest Green at times. Throw for Woking, you can hear the moans because he's still not taken it. Benches throw up the line, which McAllister wins back with a big header, but Woking again win the second ball. Kirkhoff heads it to Mendy on the halfway line. Been impressive today, Mendy. Biabu on the halfway line, plays it back to Mendy. Again, a too audacious that ball. Forest looking to win the ball back. They haven't done so. Mendy might have to try and disrupt play and give a foul away, but Kirkhoff stays strong. Wins the ball back, but Woking get the second ball again. Looking to play the ball into the area. I think, again, just going through the phases, trying to hold on to possession. Reese chasing shadows. Won the ball back on the halfway. No, Jaden Clark giving the ball a free kick. And Woking will take another minute or two to take this. They're going to play it long. There's a Cody goes into the box. Forest Green, do they need to change as a half-time?
Well, I'm not sure. It's strange really, because going forward they've looked really, really good, but it's just getting that finishing touch just to try and get this game back level, and I do wonder whether it comes from just having that one up front.
Area ball into the box. Mendy wins the first ball well, clears long. Chase this Reese, he's got 2 players on him, and Forest win the free kick because Mendy got fouled. Referee today, Elliot Swallow. Haven't talked about him too much, I don't think, which is always a good thing. Horton with a decent touch finds McAllister. He was taken down late. McKees with the ball over the top. Referee brings play back well. Good refereeing actually from Mr. Swallow. We've got to say them because he played a really good advantage as Horton was taken down. Yeah,
as much as the ball was played across, I mean, Woking did win it back well. So, yeah, I think that's probably the right decision to give the free kick, 40 yards away from goal.
No cards given either by referee today. McAllister with this free kick, nowhere near as Hinds back 10 yards. Eventually he does do so. Woking with every man back defending. McAllister with the set piece into the congested penalty area, and it goes over everyone. It's poor for a goal kick.
Yeah, that wasn't one of Carl McAllister's better free kicks. That just definitely a bit overhit, or whether nobody had really got on the end of it, and nestles behind for a Woking goal kick.
Jääskeläinen with the goal kick. Wonder how long he's going to take this. Still hasn't taken it. No rush. You can blame him. His team are leading with 2-1 here at Forest Green. We're in the last 2 minutes or so of our time added on. Surely he's got to take it eventually. Jääskeläinen plays it long into the Forest Green half. Kirkhoff with the header goes straight out for a throw-in. Got in the way of Clark. And Woking again in no rush to take this throw-in now. Well, they've done a job. It's only 2 minutes of injury time to go. Referee tells them to hurry up, doesn't do anything with it, but Woking's trying to survive till half time now. Forest Green will get a team talk. I think Savage will just say keep going because they have created these chances. Defensive where they've been poor, conceding those 2 soft goals. Reese again isolated and can't get onto the end of an aerial ball. Eistedt calmly plays it to Knowles on the right hand side. Plays it to McAllister, turns past his man but falls to the floor and can't maintain possession, and Kanu gives away a free kick. That was a cheap one, taking down Sanderson. He knew what he was doing then, Kanu, I think. Only lucky not to get a booking because Sanderson almost could have been played through.
Well, yeah, I think if that's probably in the second half, I think that probably would be a yellow card. But Ollie Sanderson, credit to him as well. He's been an absolute menace for Woking as well this evening.
Scored after 10 minutes, the confident finish after being played easily through. Here's Woking again with a chance in the box. Could this be 3 for half time? And great diving challenge there from Kanu off for a corner, because out of nowhere Woking could have easily had a third.
Yeah, and a lot of their players come down that left hand side from Hinds. He's been really good as well, and I think every single one of Woking's corners been on this side. So yeah, it's certainly causing some issues on that left.
Their third corner, Woking. No rush to take this. I think it's probably just trying to eke up more of the clock to be the last play of the first half. We've got 30 seconds to the added 6 minutes to go. Forest Green didn't defend too well from the previous corner. They conceded from it. They've got to do better this time. Corner to Woking. Play towards the far post. Forest Green win it well and managed to clear. Look to find Mendy on the break, but it's fallen to Horton. Right, Forest going to have one last attack. Horton pushed to the floor. Referee said fairly. And Woking get the ball back. Mendy gives away a free kick, and that seemed a bit harsh, considering that Horton was challenged similarly only a few seconds before. Referee doesn't even let it been taken as a half time goes up. Boos go around. And that could be for Robbie Savage's Forest Green, because they find themselves 2-1 down at half time. Sanderson with the first of Woking after 10 minutes somehow played through and got gifted the freedom of Forest Green to go into the box and play it past Eisted. And Forest Green managed to level through Kirkhoff. A well taken free kick from Clark found him with a header to go past Gaskelin and the keeper. And that lead only lasted about a minute, because from the kick-off Woking won themselves a corner and easily scored for Grode to put Woking in front. After that, Forest Green have looked impressive. They with McAllister, Horton, Clark behind Ricardo Weiss, who I have to say has looked isolated. Alfie, I think there probably are small still goals in the second half, but I can understand the boos, because Forest Green are losing at half time and their poor run of form continues.
Yeah, but I really think that those 3 goals that have been in that first half have all been down to poor defending. I mean, there's no two ways about it really, that any of those goals are preventable, and I'm sure Robbie Savage will probably agree afterwards. And to be fair, I think Forest Green have definitely been on top towards the end of that second half as well. I mean, first half, sorry, they had some really, really good chances, just unable to be put away. But yeah, I think probably the message is keep going, but you do wonder whether there'll be any tactical changes, as like we alluded to, Ricardo Reis has been isolated up front.
Yeah, it's disappointing for Forest Green, but there certainly is glimmers there, and they're playing okay. Of course, you've got the options on the bench of Doige if need be, and hopefully we'll maybe see him as well. Kyra Mitchell also there as well, because I guess I'll be going back to Ricardo Reis. A lot of pressure being put on him by Savage. He scored a few goals since joining the club, but it does seem like he'd rather have another man alongside him. Yeah,
and we all know he's that natural goal scorer as well, so I think just having that partner alongside him just to maybe lay it off, and that's one thing that Christian Deutsch has been really good at over his career, so you do wonder whether we'll see him in the second half.
Well, let's see how Forest Green do recover, and hopefully will improve and try and score a goal or two in the second half, because they find themselves training here at a wet and damp new lawn. Half time here, it's Forest Green Rovers 1, Woking 2.
Match night.
BBC Radio Gloucestershire.
Billy Hunt and Alfie Ryan, your commentary team at the New Lawn. We'll get you across all of tonight's halftime scores and latest score as well very shortly.
I descend in silence, covering the world in ice and snow. I freeze your roads, darken your skies, and summon the storm. I am stillness. I am wild. I am unstoppable. I am winter.
There are 9 flood alerts downstream to Gloucester.
It was meant to be a 1 in 100 year flood.
Face a season prepared.
BBC Radio Gloucestershire.
And this is Match Night on BBC Radio Gloucestershire. Half-time in your commentary game tonight in the National League. Forest Green Rovers 1, Woking 2. Ollie Sanderson giving the Cards the advantage on 11 minutes. Gabe Kirkhoff equalising for Rovers 4 minutes later before Joseph Gabode restored Woking's advantage just a minute after that. All the goals in the first 16 minutes of the match 2-1 Woking lead at the break. Elsewhere, League Cup semi-final second leg. Goalless so far tonight at the Emirates. Approaching half-time there. It's an 8 o'clock kickoff, so 39 minutes gone at the moment. Arsenal with that 3-2 advantage over Chelsea from the first leg, having won at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea obviously with work to do. Scores elsewhere tonight in the National League. Half-time, Altrincham 0, Morecambe 0, Rochdale 2, Boreham Wood 0. What does that mean for the table? Well, it's taking Rochdale clear at the top, and they've got games in hand as well. If things stay as they are, here's the as it stands table. Rochdale will have played 27 games and got 67 points. That is phenomenal, because that's 13 points ahead of a 2 points per game average. Multiply 27 by 2, double it to 54. 13 points ahead of a 2 points per game average. That's mind-blowing when you think Forest Green were just above a 2 points per game average, but they've now slipped below that. If they lose tonight, they'll be on 55 points from 30, so 5 points below a 2 points per game average, and 12 points behind Rochdale, having played 3 games more. That's why Robbie Savage has been saying for some time Rovers aren't going to win the National League. Can they still make the playoffs? Yes, because they're in 6th. Let's give you the rest of the table. York then, 65 from 29. Carlisle, 59 from 29. Boreham Wood, losing at the moment, obviously, to Rochdale, would have 56 from 29. Then Scunthorpe, 56 from 27. Forest Green, 55 from 30. So if Rovers could win tonight and turn things round, they could go up as high as 4th and go above Scunthorpe and Boreham Wood. But at the moment, obviously, they're losing. They'd be on 55 from 30. And then below them, in the last of the playoff positions, Halifax, 47 from 29. So there's an 8-point gap between Forest Green and Halifax. And then below the playoffs, Southend, 46 from 27. So Southend with games in hand, but they are 9 points behind Forest Green. It's then Hartlepool, 44 from 30. Solihull, 41 from 30. Woking, staying in 11th position, 38 from 28. And then making up the top half of the table, Wealdstone, 35 from 27. Into the bottom half of the table, Tamworth, 35 from 28. Brackley, 32 from 28. Yeovil, 31 from 27. Altrincham, 31 from 30. Eastleigh, 31 from 29. Boston, 30 points from 30 games. Aldershot, 29 from 28. Saturn, 28 from 28. Goal difference minus 10. That's important because that's keeping them out of the bottom 4. Braintree, 28 from 30. Goal difference minus 23. That's pretty considerable difference. 13 goal swing, isn't it, there? And then below Braintree, Morecambe, 22 from 29. Truro, 21 from 28. And Gateshead, 19 from 27. Those are the scores in the National League tonight. Games elsewhere in the Football League. Let's run through them all, might as well. In the Championship, Blackburn 1, Sheffield Wednesday 0 at half-time. Hull 0, Watford 0. Portsmouth against Ipswich postponed. Sheffield United 1, Oxford 1, also at half-time. League 1, Port Vale 0, AFC Wimbledon 0. 88 minutes gone at Vale Park. Barnsley 1, Northampton 1 at half-time. Burton 0, Doncaster 2 at the break. Into League 2, Barnet 1, Crewe 1, Bristol Rovers 0, Walsall 0, Harrogate 0, Swindon 0, and Notts County 1, Gillingham 0. All of those games at half-time. And the as it stands table, no change for Cheltenham Town. They would still be in 18th as things stand. That's what's happening elsewhere. Let's have a little bit of music. And this is Night Flight.
I feel so bad today. I think we've given up. The cats can tell there's something wrong and the fish is belly up. If you're planning on moving out, could you please just leave the tank? We rocked the boat until it sank. You don't need to pay no alimony. I'm a
That was Alimony from Night Flight. Let's give you some information about what's happened elsewhere in the world of sport today, because England's cricketers won the third T20 international against Sri Lanka by 12 runs to claim a 3-0 series victory. Kevin Howells was watching.
Absolute bonkers cricket, it really was. They only needed 129, Sri Lanka. They are absolutely stunned they haven't won this. T20 series all wrapped up 3-0 for England, which is great for them, of course. But they were all out for 116, Sri Lanka. There were 3 balls left of the innings. Sam Curran, how on this pitch he scored 58 off 48, I don't know. But then Jacob Bethel finished it all off, taking 4 wickets in 8 balls to wrap up another T20 win for England, just a few days out from the T20 World Cup.
Good preparation for England then. Their preparations stay on course ahead of the T20 World Cup. Let's get back to the new lawn very shortly. First, a little bit of Lola Young. And this is Messi. It's match night on BBC Radio Gloucestershire. Remember, your thoughts very welcome. Text 81333 or WhatsApp 08000 321 333. In both cases, start your message with the word gloss.
You know I'm impatient, so why would you leave me waiting outside the station when it was like -4 degrees? And I get what you're saying. I just really don't want to hear it right now. Can you shut up for like once in your life? Listen to me. I took your nice words of advice about how you think I'm gonna die lucky if I turn 33. Okay, so yeah, I smoke like a chimney. I'm not skinny and I pull a Britney every other week. But cut me some slack. Who do you want me to be? 'Cause I'm too messy, and then I'm just too damn clean. You told me get a job, and you asked where the hell I've been. And I'm too perfect, so I open my big mouth. I want to be me, is that not allowed? And I'm too clever, and then I'm too stupid dumb. You hate it when I cry, unless it's that time of the month. And I'm too perfect, so I show you that I'm not 1,000 people I could be for you. And you hate the whole damn lot. You hate the whole damn lot. You hate the whole damn lot. Hey, hey. It's taking you ages. You still don't get the hint. I'm not asking for pages, but one text or two would be nice. And please don't pull those faces when I've been out walking like every day. It's just one bottle of wine or two. But hey, you can't even talk just to help you sleep. Then why you out getting before 4 o'clock? And then you come home to me and don't say hello. 'Cause I got high again and forgot to fold my clothes. 'Cause I'm too messy, and then I'm just too damn clean. You told me get a job, then you asked where the hell I've been. And I'm too perfect, till I open my big mouth. I want to be me, is that not allowed? And I'm too clever, and then I'm too stupid dumb. You hate it when I cry, unless it's that time of the month. And I'm too perfect, till I show you that I'm not 1,000 people I could be for you. And you hate the whole damn lot. 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 You hate the whole damn lot.
Half time in the League Cup semi-final second leg, and it's as you were. Arsenal 0, Chelsea 0. Arsenal still leading by 3-2 on aggregate. Chelsea, Liam Rossini's Chelsea, no less, 45 minutes to turn things round. Forest Green have the same, 45 minutes to turn things round. 2-1 they trail Woking. Let's find out how they get on in the second half. Players are already out. And let's rejoin Alfie Ryan and first of all, Billy Hunt.
Thank you very much. Welcome back to the new lawn. When it's been a change for Woking. Joseph Kabode coming off, replaced by Aidan O'Brien. Alfie, I'm surprised by that. Kabode is a bit of a threat for Woking.
Yeah, he certainly has, and obviously scored the second goal for Woking. But it's a very experienced change of Aidan O'Brien. He used to play for the Republic of Ireland internationally.
So he's going to be playing 45 minutes of football here. Woking kick off. They're going from left to right. They go down the right hand side. The ball goes straight off for a throw in Forest Green's way. So Forest Green going towards the south stand in the second half. Both teams in their away kit for some reason. Forest Green in their pink and black tops, pink socks and pink shorts. Woking in the yellow tops, dark blue shorts and yellow socks. And saw the reason why both teams are away in their away kit today. As Kirkhoff wins the header. McAllister forward to Rees, who can't find Clark or Horton. And Kirkhoff again clears to the halfway line. Clark is unable to challenge the ball because his run's blocked. And Woku plays it to Biabu. Goes long. I don't think Forest Green are going to threaten too much with these long balls and need Rees to hold it up. An over the top chase over the top, we might have a chance as Isted clears from Carnu, but he's not known for necessarily his aerial abilities. Again, it goes long and gets out-muscled. Forest Green made no changes at half-time, so it's the same team that finished the first half, ends the second. They did make that change in the first half. Mingy injured for Knowles. So Isted in goal. The back four, Biabu, Kirkhoff, Carnu and Knowles on the ball now on the right. Mendy and Woku, the holding midfielders. Knowles needs support in the area. He's got two players on him. Plays an audacious ball into the box. It's blocked for a Forest Green throw. Three of Horton, the number 10 role. McAllister to the right, Clark on the left, and Ricardo Rees up front by himself. Woku makes some space at the edge of the area, drives on forward, plays it through to Biabu. First touch takes away from goal. Second touch is blocked for a Forest Green corner. But that was good work, and again, I guess you ask questions to defence because he had a lot of space than Biabu.
Yeah, but it was great work from Chibi Nwoko there to play the ball through to Biabu on that left-hand side. Just well defended by Woking to put it behind for another corner for Forest Green.
Of which Clark's a take. Again, aerially, Woking have probably got the inches. Forest Green have scored from a set piece. So they can do for this one. Clark with it. Rees is in the 6-yard box as the rest of the players split around him, playing towards the near post, easily dealt with by the player on the post. It falls back to Knowles, who finds Biabu on the left. Clark wants it on the left-hand side. Biabu puts the ball in the area instead. Kirkhoff with the header, which goes into the hands of Jaskalainen, who clutches it with ease.
I think that has definitely been the one thing that Gabe Kirkhoff's been good at this evening. It's just winning those headers from those set pieces and nice easy crosses from outside the box. I mean, his aerial ability seems to be very, very good since his time for Forest Green.
Well, he scored with his head for Forest Green's only goal. Just look back at the first goal that Forest Green conceded. It might have been Carnu who allowed Sanderson the space. Woku to Biabu on the left-hand side. Mendy has Clark in front of him, he can find him, but gets dispossessed quite easily, and Woking build it up well. Played over the top, surely he's offside then. Was the Woking player. Forest can get a throw in it anyway. He didn't get the ball and Kirkhoff cleared. I think it's one of those, probably should be offside because Kirkhoff wouldn't have had that rash clearance if the player wasn't onside. But from our angle, Sanderson was pretty offside there, Alfie.
Yeah, he certainly was, and I completely agree. The intention was there, so I wouldn't have been at all surprised to have seen the assistants flag up there, but it didn't.
No, because didn't take a touch of the balls. Forest Green have the ball with Kirkhoff across the halfway line to Biabu. Biabu has Mendy running in front of him, backhills it to Clark. To Woku, drives on forward, taps to the right hand side to Knowles, just runs the traffic. It's just so congested there, and Woking looking to clear. It clears off McAllister, gets the ball back fortuitously at the edge of the area to Horton. That's a shot, it's a decent one, hits the post and goes wide. That was hit with some power. Jaskalainen was beat, and that could have really put Forest Green at level.
Yeah, Nick Horton's continued how good he was in the first half. I actually thought he was probably one of the better players on the pitch, and that was a brilliant effort from the man and absolutely rattled the post there.
Jaskalainen was beat, could have gone anywhere. Here comes Forest Green again with Horton. What can he do at the edge of the area? Gets taken down, wins off a free kick, and it's going to be the first card of the game to Hinds, who gives away the free kick and gets the yellow, but also this free kick, it's in that man Nick Horton's territory.
Well, given that effort that we've just seen, you wouldn't be at all surprised to see him over this, but Forest Green have got those options with Jaden Clark and Carl McAllister also.
But Horton, he did everything but, didn't he? He was inches away, but wow, what a hit it was. So free kick to Forest Green. Bang centre in goal, edge of the D. Horton, McAllister, Clark, all over it. We got Knowles as well, but he's far back. I think it could be Horton. But Clark looks confidently over it. How many yards away from goal, would you say, Alfie? They put the, what do they call it, dust extractor down when they lay the player down?
Draft excluded, that's the one, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, I think probably about 25 yards or so from there.
Horton over it. And McAllister. Savage chatting to the fourth official. I'm not sure what about.
I did wonder whether it was a little bit closer, but
who knows? The referee's put the white stuff down, got the ball 10 yards back. Carl McAllister's over it, leaves it for Horton. Horton plays it in the goal! Nick Horton, he's the man on fire! And Forest Green draw level with a perfectly placed free kick from Nicky Horton.
Yeah, great effort there, and just another free kick goal for Nick Horton. And I mean, going back to that effort before, that was an absolute wonder strike to hit the post. But yeah, Forest Green draw level, and it's a great bit of work from Nick Horton there.
You can just tell Horton, when he's good, he's very, very good, isn't he? He just has his purple patches where he can do no wrong. You think on the first game when he scored and got the assist. Also, Altrincham away when he hit the bar and created a chance and scored from the free kick there. And you could just see he was being heavily involved today. And he scored from that set piece, and that was classic Nick Horton. Yeah, one Forest Green, they straight away they give the ball away, and surely they're not going to concede again so quickly. Kirkroft being hassled by O'Brien in his own half, in his own penalty area, clears, but Woking again. Forest Green, well, they managed to draw level about a minute previously, and as Woking played the ball over the top for a goal kick, it might be a bit longer for that. We can have a breath of fresh air.
But yeah, just going back to what I was going to say, I think Nick Horton certainly got a point to prove this evening, as Savage obviously alluded to in his pre-match this evening. You know, these players need to try and nail down their spots in the team, and that tips over to his 5th league goal of the season as well for Nick Horton.
Well, he's the marquee signing, you could probably say, in the summer. Jinibiabu turns past this man, goes towards the edge of the area, got Woking in front of it, it's congested still. Woku gives the ball away, poor actually, and O'Brien comes away with it for Woking. But Horton might want the ball back, he's done just at the edge of the area. Looks to find McAllister on the right hand side, and Forest Green themselves a throw. It's 2 apiece now. Throw's not the best, goes all the way back to Carney, to Woku. Woku to Mendy. He gets dispossessed cheaply, and Woking come away with it. They got a chance to break, they use it convincingly, but McAllister, wary of the danger, tracks back and wins the ball well. Biavu on the left-hand side gets it. Clark has an overlapping run, but he draws in a man, and Biavu uses the space, plays it poorly across goal, but it's fallen well to Rees. Rees, 6 yards out, plays it out, great advance! Ricardo Rees slices it home, puts Forest Green in front. He's been quiet in the first half, got a bit of space in the second, and puts Forest Green in the front for the first time this evening.
Yeah, it's a brilliant, proper striker's instinct kind of finish there from Ricardo Rees, and his 4th goal in as many games, and suddenly this game's completely turned on its head.
Well, in the space of a few minutes, Forest Green have gone ahead, and it's that man, Ricardo Rees. He was quiet in the first half, but he's the goal scorer, isn't he? Give him the space, give him a chance on goal, and more than not, he hits the back of the net.
Well, funny enough, I just looked over at the scoreboard, and it did say 2-1 whilst Forest Green after they scored their second, and suddenly they've just added another 2 on there.
Would you say it's fortuitous? I'm not really sure, because the way the ball was played to him, it was Biavu on the left-hand side, and somehow, again, you could argue it's not the best defending, because Ricardo is unmarked in the area, the ball's played through to him, and he said thank you very much.
Yeah, I think just looking back at it, I think there was a touch from McCauley, he's just played him through there, but a proper striker's finish there from Ricardo Rees.
5 goals in the 54 minutes. It's Forest Green 3, Woking 2. Rees can't win that header, and Forest Green head the ball forward. Rees puts the pressure on, and Woking play the ball left-hand side. And what do Woking do here? Because they can't sit deep now. I think Forest Green will keep going as well.
Well, yeah, they've certainly been on top since the second half started, and I mean, they might as well carry on the way they are if they can carry on scoring more goals.
And It's been a frantic game. Entertaining. Hope you're enjoying listening at home, wherever you may be. Mendy can't find Horton. It's not over yet though. Don't forget Forest Green have been vulnerable defensively. And Woking, they're coming forward now in numbers. Some good football down the left-hand side. Sanderson's unmarked in the middle, but Forest Green managed to clear. Knowles deep in his own half. Suwoku gives the ball away cheaply. He's in his own half and wins a free kick because actually the offside flag goes up against Woking. So much football still to play though, Alfie. 55 minutes. There's 3 goals in 5 minutes in the first half. 2 goals in 5 minutes here in the second. And, well, who knows what's going to happen in the next 30 plus minutes of football.
Absolutely. Still looks like there's going to be goals in this game.
Biabu to Clark. To Horton on the centre circle. Turns so well, isn't he? He's just got that centre of gravity. Keeping the ball at his feet. Clark to Mendy. Back to Kirkroff. To Clark in the middle, 35 yards away from goal. To Woker on the right hand side. Forest Green went behind twice today, but they're in the lead here now. Forest Green 3, Woking 2, 56 minutes gone. And there's still more goals in this, definitely for either team. Biabu. Back to Eisted. Gets the applause of Savage. It's the right decision from Savage to not make any changes either, as Kirkhoff goes past the man and himself a free kick. Turner leaving the leg out. He could have made reaction changes if Forest Green were losing, but he just said the way that they were playing, yes, Reece looked a bit isolated, but they were playing some good attacking football and did create those chances in the first half, and it's paid off.
Yeah, they were very good in possession in that first half. Just out of possession looked a little bit defensively vulnerable, but yeah, I think going forward, Forest Green did look good. It was just struggling to find those clear-cut chances, but they've had 2 of those in this second half already.
Horton from the free kick in the second half, and Reece putting Forest Green ahead. Roku down the right hand side, finds Clark, forced all the way back to Eisted. Savage looking a bit happier now, isn't he? He was looking really frustrated in the first half. Kirkhoff looks to play through to Reece, decent ball to him. Reece in the penalty area, plays it across goal, wins off a corner. Ricardo Reece, just such a threat there in the area.
Well, Savage alluded to it before about Kirkhoff's passing ability, likened him to Jordan Moore-Taylor with that left foot of his, and what a ball it was to find Ricardo Reece and to win Forest Green that corner.
Forest Green's 5th. Clark over it. Woking every man back. Savage shouting instructions to Knowles, who's the last man back defending. Clark, right-footed, plays it towards the far post. Woking win the first header. Second header forward to Woking. Back to Knowles. To the right-hand side of McAllister. Big men are still up for them from the corner. McAllister might have a long-range shot. Does. It's aerial and goes over the bar for a goal kick.
It shows a bit more confidence as well from Forest Green to be able to have those kind of efforts like that. I know the execution wasn't quite what they wanted to be there and blasting into the south stand, but yeah, it just shows that Forest Green are trying to really cement their place in this game.
Yeah, I don't think any changes need to happen either. There doesn't seem to be too much movement just yet for Forest Green, because let's go to the bench for Forest Green. Pagel, the sub-goalkeeper, Kengney, Doidge, Bunker, Morrison and Mitchell. You wouldn't take Ricardo Reece off. I think the 3 men behind him, Clark, Horton, McAllister, have been doing well as well. There's no obvious change to make just yet. Maybe the likes of Bunker to shore things up if need be. But I think the way that Forest Green have been playing, the best sort of defence is attack, because they need to score goals to make up for maybe some defensive vulnerabilities.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, like I said earlier, that they were vulnerable in that first half and have occasionally been in the second half as well on the break. So yeah, I think that attack really has sort of got Forest Green's defence out this evening.
Thrown. Reece is being shoved off the ball. The referee says it's okay. He saw it, but not sure why. He said that was absolutely fine. Woking playing out from the back. Forest can win the ball back though. Through Knowles. Trying to press on. Can't find Horton. And Woking come away with it. Biabu commits himself, trying to win the ball, but doesn't do so. But Kirkhoff calmly wins the ball back and feigns it to Biabu. Biabu drives on forward, plays a search ball into the box, just can't find Reese. It's cleared for a corner. Beautiful ball into the area.
Yeah, it's a very, very good cross there from Julie Biabu. Could have gone absolutely anywhere, and well cleared by the Woking defender for yet another corner for Forest Green.
Forest Green are dominating here. Forest Green 3, Woking 2. Just need a bit of a cushion to ease the nerves of Savage more than anyone. It's like a caged lion prowling on the edge of his technical area. Clark with another corner. They're 6th. Hush goes around the new lawn, played towards the far post. First header won by Woking. Biabu with a second bite at the cherry. He had 2 shots there, Biabu. The first one was woeful. Thankfully it hit Kirkhoff and back in towards the 6-yard box. Fell to Biabu. His second shot was woeful, and that went wide as well. But almost laughable how poor his 2 shots were.
Yeah, the second one, I think, was probably made worse by the fact that he couldn't get any connection. At least the first one did manage to find Gabe Kirkhoff. But yeah, 2 very poor shots there from Biabu.
There's laughs. We're laughing because Savages as well, in the farcical of that situation. Kirkhoff gets the ball away, and here comes Sanderson. He's onside, drives on forward, Carney tracking back, has a shot into the hands of Ised, watched well, and Kirkhoff puts his hand up to apologise. He knows he was at fault there.
Yeah, it's a good run from Ollie Sanderson, definitely onside as well, just poor effort really, and well gathered by Harry Ised, who's probably made his first save there.
Yeah, you're right, I can't really think too much he's had to do today. I can get the ball out the net a couple of times, and it's a bit, we've said it's been heavy drizzle around, it's sliding on the pitch. Biabu, can he bring the ball down with the crossfield pass? He can. Needs support though, shove on the back, referee gives nothing, finds McAllister, brushes off one challenge, stops his run, finds Biabu. Horton continues his run to the box. Can Biabu find him? Biabu might go himself, showing too much of the ball, and Woking clear. Woku keeps the ball on though. Goes off for a Forest Green throw on the far side. Again, just inches away then Forest Green.
Yeah, just probably a little bit too long there on the ball again from Biabu. Just needed to release that pass a little bit earlier if he could, but yeah, credit to Forest Green for still going here.
62 minutes gone here on BBC Radio Gloucestershire. Forest Green Rovers 3, Woking 2. Mendy to McAllister on the left. We'll talk about rumours of a new signing has been spotted today shortly, as Clark cuts inside, back to Kirkhoff. Might go back to Ised, goes to his defender of Kanu instead. To Knowles on the right, wins up a throw. There's been a signing spotted today, Alfie. There's been rumours of a new signing for Forest Green, and someone has been spotted in the crowd.
Yes, they have.
You're confirming the name shortly, I know, as McAllister cuts inside. Opens up for him, 30 yards out, plays towards goal, finds Clark. Clark gets the ball nipped off him for another Forest Green corner, another great build-up there from the Rovers.
Yeah, another bit of great work down the right-hand side there, and Forest Green win their 7th corner of the game.
And we can discuss those rumours, Alfie. Who's been spotted today?
Yeah, it's Buxton midfielder Tate Campbell has been spotted at the new lawn this evening, so could be another one.
No, 35 yards out, ball's full swing well, but the shot goes just under. It dipped actually, thought it was going over, but well watched by Jääskeläinen, who washed it into his hands. Yes, sorry Alfie, the Brackley player spotted it at Forest Green today, looks to be signing for the club.
Sorry, it was Buxton there. Billy,
Buxton, Campbell, the player from Buxton.
As a midfielder.
Forest Green got a few of those that has been spotted today. We'll talk to Savage about news that Campbell might be joining Forest Green. Drew turns well, finds Kirkhoff for Forest Green. To Mendy, to Woku. Stops his run, finds Knowles on the right. I still don't think Forest Green to change anything just yet. It's just when maybe when players get tired or want to shore up things defensively. Woken about to make a double change. Iwoku to McAllister on the right. Back to the unmarked Clark, 30 yards out, calls him to shoot but goes to Horton. Edge of the area, turns well, finds Clark again. Back to goal and forced away. To Kirkhoff, who's popped up in an advanced position. To Woku. Horton wants it, edge of the D, Horton gets it, plays it back to Woku in the area. Get a bit too audacious, that ball. And Forest might have won themselves a corner, goes off for a goal kick. And yeah, that was a delightful little chip, wasn't it, from Horton into the area.
Yeah, it was almost one of those Rabonas that we've seen Ryan Cherky do for Man City that Pep Guardiola hasn't. Well, he's certainly like them, so I think he's got an assist from across one of them. But yeah, very, very good ball.
Triple change from Woking. Akinola, Timmy, and Osade coming on. Off comes Roy Seiler. Let's see who the first sub was, Alfie, did you? We say Seiler was one of them. Fourth official's just changing his board. Oliver Sanderson, the third to come off. Yes, well, let's get confirmation who the three were, surely. Silent Sands we know is two. I'm sure what the third one was. So we know that they've now made 4 changes. Though Brian coming on earlier. And play restarts. Referee just having a chat with something about someone. He's Jilly Biarbu's been talked to referee about something. I'm unsure what that could be. It was an instant off the ball. And the 3 subs for Woking and Alfie were, or are?
Yeah, so it's Josh Asude, Timmy Akinola and Tunji Akinola all replaced Tariq Hines, Roy Seiler and Ollie Sanderson.
Thank you very much, Alfie. Jääskeläinen with the goal kick. It's long. Kirkhoff heads it forward. Only Ricardo Reese up there, about 50 yards away from it, but puts a gut-busting run just to try and get close to the ball. Doesn't get there. Woking come away on the halfway line. Clark wins the ball back to Mendy. Reese on the left-hand side. Horton in the middle. Woker there as well. Finds Woker, edge of the D. So it's got the shooting position. Takes a ricochet wide. Might go for a corner. It does do so. And you've got to say, when it works well, they're looking good for Forest Green going forward.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think Chibi Nwoke has probably been part of that as well. He's made a lot of really good runs going forward and just finding that little pocket of space that he can play a pass into, and has won Forest Green yet another corner.
On their right-hand side. Played in towards the near post. Ball won by Woking yet again. Not been the best corners for Forest Green so far. Referee blows up because there's a player down for Woking, and it definitely is an obvious head injury because Woking through Sode could have broken forward, but there's a player down for Woking. He's okay in talking, but he got a bit of a knock to the head. It actually was quite fortuitous for Forest Green. So it's Forest Green Rovers 3, Woking 2 here on BBC Radio Gloucester after 67 minutes. Have a look at scores elsewhere in the National League, Alfie, because there's a few games today.
Yeah, it's Rochdale 3, Borehamwood 0. They've added another one through Emmanuel Diaz-Soever again, and it's Altrincham 1, Morecambe 1 in the other game in that one.
Thank you very much, Alfie. Also in the League Cup, so it's Arsenal 0, Chelsea 0. 5 goals here at the New Lawn. It's Forest Green Rovers 3, Woking 2. He's up and okay, the Woking player. Is it Okoli, I think, might have been down?
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right now.
Yeah, he's got the treatment. Play's going to restart with a uncontested drop ball Woking's way. But they will be down to 10, Woking, temporarily, so it's going to... They're going to try and hold on to possession. Forest going to try and make the most of it. Eventually play does restart. Referee still waiting to see the players off the pitch, and play restarts. Woking go long. Knowles wins the header. Second ball easily won by Woking though. Kanu heads the ball up the field. Again, Woking get the second ball. A bit poor from Forest Green. They clear powerfully to Reese. He can't get the ball taken off him. Now Mendy's on it. He needs to do something with it. Forest Green have the numerical advantage as it stands because Woking are down to 10 or so. Cody's injury. Biarba goes down the left-hand side. Cody can't come on just yet because the ball's right in front of him. Biarba cuts inside to Horton and a touch too many, and Forest give the ball away, and Woking back up to 11. Mendy gets dispossessed. Horton taps it back to Kanu. Clears long under a bit of pressure. Off for a throw. And Clark can keep the ball on. He can't. And goes off for a throw. It's a bit disjointed the last minute or so. 69 minutes gone. Forest Green 3, Woking 2. They've only got the 1 goal advantage. They have had chances to make it more, despite going behind twice earlier on in the first half. Maybe it's time to think of the bench. Still 20 minutes to go though. Kanu heads the ball back to Mendy to Knowles on the right. Woku crosses the halfway line, actually gets fouled in the process and wins himself a free kick. Any change, do you reckon, Alfie?
Well, I was just thinking, Forest Green have still got 4 changes left, obviously, after Jay Mingy was an enforced change in the first half for Tom Knowles. So, yeah, it's still certainly time to change this game.
Mendy to McAllister. Tries to play it back to Mendy. It's over here, and Mendy plays it back to the safety net of Eisted, the goalkeeper. In the nice sky blue kit. Eskalainen in a black goalkeeper's kit. Eisted goes long. Reese can't win the first ball and Woking win the second as well. Just Woking getting back into it the last few minutes. Forest going to have a wave of pressure after going ahead. Woking need to get a goal to try and draw level. O'Brien finds space in the halfway line. Goes back to Okoli. Seems okay after picking up the knock to his head. Goes down the left. Knowles chasing the loose ball, but Woking do well to keep the ball on. It goes off for a throw-in. Sorry, goal. It's a corner, actually, isn't it, on the far side there. Knowles under a little bit of pressure and nipped it off for a safety corner.
Yeah, it was good work there from Caleb Richards down the left-hand side, just to put him under that little bit of pressure and win the corner for Woking to try and get back into this.
Another goal in the Rochdale-Bournemouth game.
Yeah, Bournemouth have got a goal back at Rochdale now for a Zach Brunt penalty on 71 minutes.
71 minutes also gone here. Forest Green 3, Woking 2. Woking with their 4th corner of the game. Forest Green looking a little bit vulnerable from these set pieces. Played in towards the near post. Headed well by Knowles, but Woking get the ball back. Another ball into the area. Isa comes to it, punches it well, and finds McAllister. Taps it back to Mendy, but the offside flag was up against someone when the ball's played in. And Forest Green dealt with that well. Bunker's been called by Savage. I'm not sure whether it's come on just yet. Again, I don't want to change anything just yet for Forest Green. Yes, they've got those 4 subs left. They can choose from Pagel, Kengney, Doige, Bunker, Morrison or Mitchell. Unless someone gets a bit tired or jaded and they're going to look at the running stats, I don't know who an obvious choice would be.
That's the only one I can really think. I think the formation has been okay for Forest Green this evening, and to be honest, I can only really see like-for-like changes. They don't really need to change too much, I don't think.
Mendy with the ball forward, can't find McAllister. Woking gets the ball back to Mendy. Carmi plays it to Knowles on the right-hand side. He was the one change forced in the first half due to the injured Mingy. Gets dispossessed as Knowles. And Woking come on forward. There's danger as they go on forward into the box. Carly gets an important touch away. It's a solo effort though, isn't it, from Masodi? Back to Drew. Drew, edge of the D, lines up for a shot, but Nick Horton out of nowhere comes storming back, and we talked about him going forward, but he saw the danger and came back and superbly took the pressure away from Forest Green.
Well, Forest Green have done really, really well to clear their lines there. As Josh has too, they've broken an absolutely unbelievable amount of pace there down that left-hand side, and well blocked.
He caused carnage, didn't he? Out of nowhere, went on forward, got the ball into the area, just needed someone to come with him. Biarbi was under pressure there from the experienced O'Brien, who knew exactly what he was doing, and all that Biarbi could do is play it out for a throw in Wokin's way. And Mendy challenges Andrews, falls to the floor, clutches the ball, thinks the referee's going to give him a free kick, and the referee rightly gave the handball against Woking. And I don't want to dwell on the past too much. Ricardo Reese got a yellow card for his handball against Sutton a few weeks ago, and that was far less obvious and deliberate than that one just a second ago. But no yellow card given, only the one today so far. That's been Hinge has been subbed off for Woking. Kirkhoff in his own half being pressed, back to Carnu, who plays it down the right hand side to McAllister, looking for Biarbu. Can Biarbu keep the ball on the left? He can't. It just runs out of space and goes off for a goal kick. 74 minutes gone. Forest Green 3, Woking 2. Still goals in this, Alfie. Woking will have ploughed on forward and caused Forest Green a few problems, and they'll put a few men forward if it continues to scoreline in the last 5 minutes or so.
Absolutely, and I think from a defensive point of view for both teams this evening, I think the 3 goals in that first half are definitely preventable. So, I mean, anything could really happen yet.
Including goals for Forest Green as Woku Insets, goes into the area. Needs support in the middle. Can't find Reese, and it's cleared from Woking. We clear long. It's interesting that Woking he's got these 2 men up. O'Brien with the experience, who just gives away a free kick, and Asodi with the space, who are causing problems for Forest Green. Maybe anything, maybe a defensive change. Got Bunker there or Mendy can be pushed back. Another goal in the Rochdale-Bournemouth game.
Yeah, Rochdale have now gone 4-1 up through Ian Henderson on 75 minutes. Absolutely flying there.
Poor ball out from Kirkhoff, intercepted from Woking. Going down the right-hand side, it's overhit, it is. Can't find Asode. Neil Ardley having a right moan at his players. Just trying to re-galvanise them. Diaby with the throw. Referee telling him to get back to where the linesman said the ball went out. Savage in deep discussion with his backroom team. There will be about changes, just because there's going to be maybe Biabu and Knowles who might be a bit jaded on those left and right back positions. Mendy with the header. McAllister wins the second ball well. Can't find Reese though, and Woking get the ball forward. Kirkhoff being shrugged off by O'Brien. Does well to get a touch onto it. Biabu clears long. Reese puts the pressure on, but can't take the ball off Odusina. But puts enough pressure on Odusina. Actually goes off for a throw Wokin's way. Referee blows up because he's telling Woking to go in the right position now. Forest Green leading by 3-2, despite being 1-0 and 2-1 down in the first half. And this game's getting a little bit dull, Alfred, but I don't think it will. It's been a bit of a quiet patch after some frantic periods. But it probably will come back into life in the last few minutes if the scoreline stays the same.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think Woking will start giving chase in a minute. Just Forest Green are just trying to get that bit of possession going now, just to try and see out this game, but you never know which way it'll just go just yet. And I think Forest Green might be possibly making a change in a minute as Harvey Bunker's just been called over to the bench.
See who that will be for shortly. Opens up for Knowles. Etienne has a powerful shot and goes in! What a goal that was! It opened up for Tom Knowles. And some 30 yards out with a scream at the Ascalon could nothing about. And it's Forest Green 4, Woking 2.
Well, just as we were saying that Woking might potentially get back into this game, what an effort from Tom Knowles that is, and we all know that he's very capable of doing so. And that brings up his 5th league goal of the season as well. So yeah, absolutely brilliant strike from Tom Knowles there, and it's 4-2 to Forest Green.
Yeah, we know he's got it in his locker. But it was a well-taken goal. I wouldn't want to say too much about the Ascalon, but it just seemed to be in the middle of it. Maybe it just hit with power, maybe it dipped a bit, but what a strike it was from Knowles.
Yeah, I think there was definitely a bit of swerve on it. It was towards the middle of that goal, and I think Ascalon will probably be disappointed as he's not saved it, but nonetheless, a very powerful effort from Tom Knowles, and those ones are certainly hard to save.
And he gets a big hug and high five from Savage, because I think Savage was actively quite frustrated with Knowles in the first half. But in the first half, sorry, at Altrincham, wasn't it? The first half against Wealdstone on Saturday. Kind of at half time, didn't seem to be Savage's favourite. But today, came on in the first half today, really impressed in the first half, and continued to do so in the second half as Woking fans actually start to go home.
Yeah, it's a very, very good heart from Tom Knowles, and it looks like there might actually be a second change for Forest Green with Christian Doige just getting ready, I think, down there.
Been well prepped, been sitting next to us in the press area. Iwoku to McAllister, to Reese. He's got 1 of the 4 for Forest Green. To McAllister. Turns into a bit of space. To the left of Clark. Woking with men behind the ball. Kirkhoff has the man on the shout as he gets the ball with a man behind him. Back to Clark. Gives the ball away quite cheaply. Forest Green want to be careful committing too many men forward. Clark putting a bit of pressure on, and it's danger Mosode, but Mendy wins the ball back. To McAllister. This goal's huge. I think if Woking, I think there is still going to be a goal in this, by the way, even though we've had 6. Woking can continue to put the men forward. We know Asode's been tricky, as has the experienced O'Brien. Woking score, there'll be nerves. If Forest Green score, that'll be it. Next goal's vital. Christian Doige to come on. Of course, Forest Green might be having the back of their mind, focusing on today, but they do travel to York on Saturday. Full commentary on BBC Radio Gloucestershire, of course, as is their trip next Wednesday to Rochdale. Tricky few games for Forest Green. Carney clipped. Turner, the perpetrator, might get a card for that, might get some treatment. And Savage just holding fire on the subs just to see how Carney is. Meanwhile, it's going to be changed for Woking. Beautyman coming on, that's their 5th sub. Carney seems to be okay, he's trying to shrug it off. And Christian Doige comes on the edge of his area, of the technical area, and that's the delight of the Forest Green fans, because he's a bit of a fan favourite, isn't he, Christian Doige?
He certainly is, and there were a few shouts on Saturday as to where Doige was in the team against Wealdstone, and here he is this evening.
Radio Gloucestershire's loss is Forest Green's gain. He was here, joined us on co-commentary duties on Saturday. So 2 changes for Forest Green. Off goes Nick Horton, who's had a very impressive game today. Replaced by Harvey Bunker, getting Forest Green second with a very well placed free kick, and hit the bar earlier as well. And he's enjoying himself today, is Nick Horton.
Yeah, he certainly had a point to prove as well. As I said earlier, 1 start in his last 6 as well. So I think that's definitely put some thoughts into Robbie Savage's mind there.
Jaden Clark coming off, but Christian Doige comes on. And he was replaced by Christian Doige in his, according to the club, 200th appearance for Forest Green. A club legend. You can hear the cheers for Christian Doige making his 200th appearance for Forest Green. And now I think we don't need to talk much about how Christian Doige is a club legend.
Yeah, absolute legend of this club, and I really hope he gets a goal, to be honest, tonight.
Ball's played over to him, and he does well to win the first header. We can get ball away the second. Another ball into the box from Doige, looking to find Reese, who just can't keep the ball on. So interesting to see how they're going to play, actually, because they've brought on Doige for Clark, but it doesn't seem to be a like for like. Have they gone back to, is it a 4-4-2? I think Ricardo Reese and Doige are 2 Welsh from that front.
Well, I'm just trying to work out, it looks like Laurent Mendy's dropped a little bit deeper or into more of a centre-back role there, so
3-5-2 maybe? Yeah, there's the Kirkcroft, Mendy and Carney, the 3 at the back. Just trying to shore things up. Forest Green leading by 4 goals to 2. Now I've got to say, with the asterisk and Christian Doige's 200th appearance, some websites have it as under 200. The club statistician has it as over 200. I don't think this is Doige's, well, technically 3rd spell at Forest Green. Of course, the first he went to Bolton, didn't he, come back, and now he's come back for his 3rd spell. So watching his team just being undone a bit, because Woking are overloading the left-hand side. This game's not over just yet. Woking get a goal back, it will be nerves. Forest Green put men back in the penalty area. Woking still in possession, putting a ball into the box, chested down from Mendy, but second ball won by Woking again. Put the ball in towards the near post, goes off for a goal kick. Sodi, the player to do so. So Christian Doige is going to have a few minutes here. I think also for Doige, she's been chucked on recently when Forest going to chase in a game. Be good to have a bit of time. He's only got 10 minutes, but to play alongside Reese when it's going to be a bit more open, the teams aren't sitting as deep when he has been featured recently.
Yeah, and it certainly gives more of an opportunity if they can lead from the front as well. Obviously, the last time he came on was against Scunthorpe, and they were already 3-2 down at that point. So really, Forest Green were chasing the game at that stage. So yeah, a bit of a different one for Christian Doige this evening.
He's playing alongside Ricardo Reese, the 2 Welshmen, being managed by a fellow Welshman, Robbie Savage. Goal kick to Forest Green, Eister to take. He's taking a few minutes with it, or a few seconds with it. Plays it long, looking for Doige, who's working well with Reese. And Woking gets the ball up for Forest Green. Taps it back, looking for Biabu. It gets taken to the floor, referee gives nothing. Woking have it in their own half. Going down the left. Forest Green with the numbers back. Bunker, of course, coming on. He's just more of a safety net for Forest Green. O'Brien down the left. Woking have options in the box. If the ball gets aerially played into there, the header goes over the bar. Off for a goal kick. Akinola with the header. It's been an interesting game, isn't it? We're in a bit of a quiet period now, but there's been 6 goals.
Yeah, I was going to say, really, from minute 1, we've really not known who's going to win this game, but
we still don't.
Absolutely, and credit to Woking as well, as they still keep coming forwards, and that was a good cross there from Caleb Bridges on that left hand side to find Akinola in the middle, but just got the execution all wrong and out for an easy goal kick for Forest Green.
Forest Green have trickier tests in the month of February. Next 3 games against York away, Rochdale away, and home to Carlisle. Carlisle on 14th of February at 5:30. What a better way to treat your partner than an evening of National League football. Or, of course, snuggle up at home and listen to commentary on BBC Radio Gloucestershire. What can be more romantic than that? As Woking play the ball over the top, and Ryan's there. Isa thinks about coming but doesn't. Woking with possession in the area, looking to get a goal back to make it dangerous. Here comes a shot. What a save that was from Isted. Just as Woking seemed to be having a tap in, Isted came scrambling across and stopped that block. But Woking still have possession. Back to Andrews, into the area, cleared by Kirkcroft. Back to Reese, and Mendy heads it forward. But Alfie, that could have been 4-3 easily.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think it was Harry Butenman who made the effort there, and that is probably Harry Isted's best save this evening. I mean, he's not had to make many, but that certainly stands out, and it certainly kept this game at 4-2 for Forest Green.
More changes for Forest Green. Coming off is Jilly Biabu. He's being replaced by Morrison. Cairo Mitchell also coming on. Maybe that'll be for Ricardo Reese. Biabu getting the applause. He's has impressed today as Biabu.
Yeah, he has been very good down that left-hand side once again. Crossing's been very good. Won a good few corners as well for Forest Green, which have been very important.
Ricardo Reese is coming off for Mitchell. I think that's just having a bit of a think about Saturday and Forest Green's trip to York.
Number 45, Ricardo Reese.
Ricardo Reese with the goal. Different mould to him today, Alfred, who keeps on saying more isolated, but had that one chance and took it in the second half to Forest Green in front.
And as we said at the time, it was certainly a striker's instinct for this. I mean, it was a great bit of work. It just come off that touch from McCauley, who played him through on goal, and yeah, brilliant finish. But 4 goals in as many games for Ricardo Reese.
Won the penalty as well, and in the one game he didn't score. Been had cup tied and suspended as well. But he's been a good signing for Forest Green. Bunker forward to Doige. Sees off his man well, plays over top to Mitchell. There's 4 men on him, and one of them plays it back to Jaskalainen, who finds Doige with his clearance. So Doige goes into the area, tries to take past one, well challenged. And Forest Green working hard to win the ball back. Doige gives away a free kick. But frantic there from Doige. But Mitchell putting the pressure on. And it always fell to Doige, who'd love to score on his 2nd appearance for the club.
Yeah, I think that was just a bit of a tactical foul as well from Doige, just to stop the break from Woking as well as much as anything else.
Yeah, he knew what he was doing then, did Doige. Mitchell putting the pressure on Woking and forced Subjacina to play the ball out for a Forest Green throw. 88 minutes gone, Forest Green 4, Woking 2. There'll still be a bit of injury time as well added on. This game's not over just yet. Woking score the early 90s, then it will be Nerby. McAllister turns past his man, back to Bunker, to Carnu. Not the best ball forward from Carnu, but not the best ball over top from Woking, and Knowles heads the ball back to his keeper Isted. He's going to eke out as many seconds as he can before picking the ball up as O'Brien charges him down. Tricky to pick a man of the match today for Forest Green. Could be Knowles. Horton, actually.
Yeah, I personally go for Nick Horton, I think.
See who the clubs, well, the match sponsors give it to. Mendy looking for Doige. There's a little shove on his back. Referee gives nothing. Morrison putting the pressure on as it's ushered out for a Woking throw. Taken up the line. Played back to the defence. Mendy wins an important challenge. Playing Forest Green, by the way, playing the back 3, aren't they, Alfie? As Mitchell chests the ball down. Look at McAllister on the right. Shrugs off one challenge and gives the ball away. But Forest can go into this back 3.
Yeah, it certainly seems to be more of a 3-5-2 now with Morrison and McAllister as the 2 wing backs and Mitchell and Doige as the 2 forwards.
Forest Green 4, Woking 2. Here's the man of the match, given a 2.
Number 8, Nick Horton.
Nick Horton, absolutely right there, Alfie. And the last 30 seconds of normal time. There'll be still a bit of time added on. Woking just play the ball on the halfway line. They've got to chuck the kitchen sink forward. They're playing it to the left. Forest Green now in that back 3/5. Knowles and Morrison just going alongside the defence. Woking on the left hand side, blocked by Knowles, who did score probably the best goal of the 6 today. Knowles having a bit of space at the edge of deal. 7 minutes. Getting the poos around us for that. Still plenty of time for 2 goals. That's what Woking need to draw level. Forest Green, if they score 1, it would be game over. Played back to Jääskeläinen, the Woking keeper, down to the left-hand side. And Forest Green, it's still a long way to go. And we know if Woking score 1 in the next few minutes, it will be nerves. And they've got a chance to do so down the left with Beautyman. Bit of a hushed silence here. I think this game's not over. Despite Forest Green scoring 4, Woking have scored 2. Went ahead twice in the first half. Ball played to O'Brien in the area, forced wide by Mendy. Another ball into the box is headed clear by Kirchhoff. And Knowles can't keep the ball on for Woking throw. Think about taking it long, they take it quickly and short. With Andrews. Some of the Forest Green fans beat the rush and leave early, thinking it might be done yet. Woking just playing the ball back. Forest Green marshalling them well, actually. But again, they just need to get us goal in the next few minutes. We've had 90 seconds added 7. The offside flag goes up against O'Brien. It's his play through, and Nurse can just use it a little bit, Alfie.
Yeah, I was just thinking the chance before that Woking had, the cross that came in that Kirchhoff headed away, was absolutely brilliant defending as well, given the nature of this game and how many goals we've already had. I mean, it could still be anything, even with just over 4 minutes left.
Forest Green move up to 4th as it stands in the table. And they look in better position than they were earlier on in the game when they were trailing twice, both 1-0 and 2-1 down. As we say, they travelled to York on Saturday. York was 7 points above them, as is Forest Green's poor on a form been recently. They have a third on the halfway line, do Rovers. Eking away now this time. They've had 2 minutes added 7, so 5 minutes of injury time to go. Still not over yet, Alfie, despite Forest Green taking their time with this throw-in.
Yeah, it's certainly been a slow start to the additional time here, and Tom Knowles just eking that time out a little bit over on the far touchline.
Woking still on 35 points as things stand. Of course, they would have been 3 points closer to the playoffs as it was earlier on. Clear into the night sky off for a throw, that's kept on by Knowles. Mendy plays the ball forward, looking for Doige, who works hard to win the header but can't link up with Mitchell. And ball's played back to the Woking defence. Headed to Woku, to Mendy. Don't think he wanted it there, and Bunker had to come sliding in to shore things up because that was a bit of a hospital ball there for Mendy. But Bunker, again, the safety net coming in and saving the blushes of the Forest Green defence.
Yeah, how many times have we seen that from Harvey Bunker this season? Absolutely brilliant in the midfield when he has played so far.
Mitchell finds McAllister. Forest Green, they're not too troubled about going forward, are they? Just trying to maintain possession and eke away the clock. Kirchhoff on the left-hand side of the Forest Green defence. Brushes past one challenge, finds Morrison. He gets dispossessed and gives away a free kick. Referee gives advantage. No, he tries to give advantage, to be fair to him, but Woking going nowhere. Kirchhoff's also been impressive today, scoring, of course, the opener for Forest Green.
Yeah, I've certainly been impressed with him. I thought he played really well in that defeat against Wealdstone on Saturday. Despite the result and the scoreline, I think Kirchhoff probably did stand out for me in that FA Trophy game.
Woking travel to Bournemouth. Woking host Bournemouth on Saturday. They have a long trip to Truro next Tuesday. There's a big, powerful challenge then Odysseina, who takes a bit of a tumble. 3 minutes of the added 7 to go. Forest Green survive another minute or two. I think we'll talk about Forest Green getting 3 points. They're leading by 4 goals to 2. Doige brings the ball down well, goes past one. Winstopper free kick. No, he doesn't. But Winstopper throw instead. And Doiji, like, he can do no wrong in the Forest Green Rovers' eyes, but he has got that work rate and just the pure power and passion to try and win those aerial balls.
Yeah, and he can certainly be impactful from the bench in these kind of situations where Forest Green do just need to see out the game. I don't think Savage would be too concerned about how well Forest Green have performed this evening. It's just all about the result now and just trying to get that season back on track.
Much needed 3 points. Forest Green looking to go towards. We've got 2 minutes of added on time to go. They won themselves a throw. Savage thinks about bringing that ball back and quickly giving it to Morrison, but takes his time, and the fourth fish does so instead. Morrison throwing it down the lines, the call, looking for Doyle. He's got 2 men on him, and gives a free kick. I don't know what he did wrong there. As did nor the Savage or the Forest Green fans, nor did you, Alfie. Just seemed to have 2 men on him and gets the free kick given against him.
Yeah, it was a bit of a surprising one there from the referee, but nonetheless, Woking free kick.
It's been 13 minutes of time added on today, so it's a bit of a late finish. We probably won't be able to bring you reaction from Robbie Savage here on Paul's Furley's match night. We'll try to give you reaction from him on the BBC Radio Gloucestershire Breakfast Show with John Smith tomorrow morning. Mitchell chasing down the loose ball. Might want himself a free kick. No, it's just cleared away from a Cody for Woking. Powerful challenge from Woking on Woku. Kanu comes scrambling back and wins the ball cleanly and well. Mendy needs a man on shout. Wins up a free kick as gets taken down from Basai. And I think, Alfie, with the last minute of the added 7 to go, we can talk about Forest Green coming away with 3 points.
Yeah, and it would be their first 3 points since they won here against Halifax after coming from behind to win 2-1 on the 3rd of January.
It's been a while. Just under a month. And a tricky January. In terms of results, if Forest Green haven't done the best. In terms of looking at the fixtures, February looks tricky. I think they might be given a yellow card there against the Woking player from that challenge on Mendy. The referee scribbling something down his book. I said with this free kick, we're in the last 10 seconds of injury time. The Forest Green going to go away with 3 points, despite going behind twice in the game. Eisted clears. Is that going to be it? Might have one last phase of play. Woku looking to find Doyle because the ball nits off in, don't have time to do anything. Savage punches the air because the referee blows for full time in a 6-goal thriller. Forest Green going behind after 10 minutes. Sanderson's gifted far too much space. He was played forward by Hinds and put his team ahead. Forest Green only took 4 minutes to respond though. A good free kick from Clark, found the head of Kirkcroft to put Forest Green level, and that only lasted 4 minutes before Gabode put Woking ahead from a corner. And there's 3 goals in 5 minutes, and Forest Green went behind twice, and it was that scoreline at half time. Forest Green trailing by 2 goals to 1, but Nick Horton, who won man in the match today, an impressive performance after rattling the post 3 minutes later, had a free kick on the edge of the D and placed it well to put Forest Green level. Then 3 minutes later, the danger man and goal scorer Ricardo Rees was played through and put Forest Green 3-2 up, and Tom Knowles, the best of the 6, 13 minutes before the 90 was up to assure Forest Green all 3 points. At times, Alfie, Forest Green looked vulnerable defensively, but the attacking players and the formation that Forest Green played and the desire and determination got Forest Green out of a bit of a trouble in the first half.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think really the main thing they were concerned about coming into this game was just trying to get those 3 points. Just for, like we said earlier, it's been exactly a month since they last picked up 3 points here at the New Lawn. So, yeah, it's a great result for Forest Green going into what is a very, very tough month on paper.
Try and get your reaction from Robbie Savage before 10 o'clock. That will be optimistic. He likes to talk a lot. We'll see what he can do. If not, listen to BBC Radio Gloucestershire's Breakfast Show with John Smith tomorrow morning. Join us as well as Forest Green travel to York for that 3 o'clock kick on Saturday. Tricky one there. Commentary, of course, on BBC Radio Gloucestershire, as is Forest Green's trip to Rochdale next week. It's been an enjoyable game here. Savage applause all around the ground. And Forest Green come away with a 6-goal game with all 3 points. Full time, Forest Green Rovers 4, Woking 2.
Match night.
BBC Radio Gloucestershire.
Billy Hunt and Alfie Ryan, your commentary team at the New Lawn. And as ever, your thoughts very welcome.
text A133, starting your message with Gloss. Texts are charged at your standard message rate.
BBC Radio Gloucestershire.
Or you can WhatsApp. Use that. Send a message that way. 08000 321 333. Again, start your message with the word Gloss. Alternatively, get in touch via X. It used to be Twitter. Our handle's still at BBC Gloss. Put that anywhere in your posts and they should reach me as well. We'll get you across all of the scores from tonight's other games. Still goalless at the Emirates. So Arsenal still leading Chelsea by 3-2 into the later stages of their League Cup semi-final second leg. We'll get you across all of tonight's games, results and tables as well. Those all-important tables very shortly.
The players.
We had the right mentality and the right attitude. Sometimes it just doesn't happen for you and you've got to try and find ways to win. If you can't win, don't get beat.
The manager.
Put it this way, we're not giving out any praise as it would be for the hard work, because that's got to be a gimme anyway. But when they do that, that's what happens. They put in those type of performances. It was really good tonight.
Follow Cheltenham Town on BBC Sounds.
I was speaking to the gaffer this morning. I think, he said it's probably the hardest team he's had since he's come back to the club in terms of selection, but that's a good thing, isn't it, for everyone at the club?
Just search for Cheltenham Town on BBC Sounds and hit subscribe.
BBC Radio Gloucestershire.
Yes, you can keep up to date with Cheltenham Town news that way. We'll try and get that eventually for Gloucester Rugby and Forest Green Rovers as well. But it's started with Cheltenham Town. Talking of other Gloucestershire clubs not involved tonight, in the last 10 minutes, breaking statement from Cinderford Town, who've released this club statement on their social media channels entitled Withdrawal from Gloucestershire Challenge Trophy. It reads, after careful consideration, Cinderford Town has made the difficult decision to withdraw from the Gloucestershire Challenge Trophy this season. Since November, we've endeavoured to fulfil our fixture commitments. However, persistent adverse weather conditions have made this impossible. Following thorough discussions between the committee and team management, we believe this is the best course of action to prioritise the welfare of our players and the integrity of the club. The situation also highlights the ongoing challenge faced by sports clubs in Cinderford and the surrounding areas due to the lack of all-weather facilities. Access to such facilities is vital to ensure fixtures can be fulfilled and to ensure the growth of local sport throughout the year. We thank our supporters, the competition organisers and all involved for their understanding and continued support. We remain committed to our community and look forward to focusing on upcoming fixtures and opportunities to represent Cinderford Town with pride. Together we will keep pushing forward, say the Cinderford Town AFC committee. So Cinderford withdrawing from the County Cup due to fixture backlog caused by difficult season weather-wise, but Cinderford announcing that news tonight. I promised you results and tables, so let's get across those results and tables. We'll start in the National League then, with full times from 3 games tonight. Altrincham 1, Morecambe 1, Forest Green 4, Woking 2, you know all about, and Rochdale 4, Boreham Wood 1. What does that mean for the table? Well, let's give you that updated, now definite National League table. Rochdale clear at the top with 2 games in hand as well. 67 points from 27 games. They've won their last 5. That is phenomenal form. York second, 65 from 29. Carlisle, 59 points from 29 games. Forest Green up tonight from 6th to 4th, 58 points from 30 games. Below them, Boreham Wood, 56 from 29. Scunthorpe, 56 from 27. Halifax, 47 from 29. Then the dotted line below the playoff places. Southend, 46 from 27. Hartlepool, 44 points. Solihull, 41. Woking, Wealdstone and Tamworth all on 35. We're now into the bottom half of the National League table. Brackley on 32. Yeovil, Altrincham and Eastleigh all on 31. Boston on 30, Aldershot on 29, Sutton on 28, goal difference minus 10. with 2 games in hand on Braintree, who are also on 28 points, goal difference minus 23. Braintree in the bottom 4, Sutton just above it. And then below Braintree, the bottom 3, Morecambe 22, Truro 21 and Gateshead 19 points. That's your National League table. Rovers fans, how much better does that look with your team in 4th rather than in 6th, having gotten back to winning ways for the first time in 4 games in the National League, 2 draws and a defeat going into tonight, and then that win just putting a W back in the Rovers form book for recent matches. Other scores tonight, they're into stoppage time, but still going at the Emirates, still goalless in the second leg. Chelsea still chasing an equaliser. Arsenal still looking to wrap up that tie, but at the moment it's the Gunners who'll be going to Wembley later this spring. Still going there, 94th minute. Championship full times. Blackburn 1, Sheffield Wednesday 0, Hull 0, Watford 0, Portsmouth against Ipswich match postponed, Sheffield United 3, Oxford United 1. Into League 1, Port Vale 0, AFC Wimbledon 1, Barnsley 2, Northampton Town 2, Burton Albion 1, Doncaster Rovers 2. Into League 2, Barnet 1, Crewe 1, Bristol Rovers 2, Walsall 0, Harrogate 0, Swindon 1, Notts County 1, Gillingham 0. Let's give you that table and what that means for Cheltenham Town, who I think will stay 18th. They were pretty secure in that position, and indeed they do stay 18th, although Bristol Rovers, having won tonight, are now within 3 points of the Robins. Bristol Rovers go to 19 points. So let's give you that League 2 table. Bromley top, 59 points. Notts County 54, Cambridge 53. Those 3 teams in the automatic promotion places, still going at the Emirates, by the way. Playoff places. Swindon 52, along with Salford, Milton Keynes Dons on 51 points and Walsall on 59. Below the playoff places, Chesterfield on 45, Grimsby and Crewe on 44, Barnet on 43, Colchester on 42. That's the top half of the table. Let's take you into the bottom half of the table. Accrington Stanley on 40. It's then Gillingham on 38, Fleetwood on 37, Oldham on 35, Tranmere on 32, Cheltenham in 18th on 30, Bristol Rovers on 27. Cheltenham do have a game in hand on Bristol Rovers. Crawley 20th on 26, Barrow 24, Shrewsbury 23, and then the bottom 2, Newport on 20, Harrogate on 18. Those 2 teams in the relegation places. Those are the National League and League 2 tables tonight after tonight's games, and still going at the Emirates Stadium. Still Arsenal 3, Chelsea 2, deep into stoppage time. 6 minutes now of stoppage time, nearly on the clock at the Emirates, as Chelsea try and push for the equaliser. Arsenal try and hold out and possibly even score a goal that would clinch their place at Wembley, but that game still going on at the moment. Let's have a little bit of music and let's go back to the 80s.
Ooh, baby, do you know what that's worth? Ooh, heaven is the place on earth. They say
Well, that just about wraps things up here on Match Night this evening. I can tell you, Arsenal are on their way to Wembley. They got a second goal advantage and they win 1-0 on the night, 4-2 on aggregate. Kai Havertz in the 97th minute, going round former Forest Green line goalkeeper Robert Sanchez, sending the Gunners to Wembley on a night where Forest Green got back to winning ways, back up to 4th in the National League thanks to goals from Gabe Kirchhoff, Nick Horton, Ricardo Rees and Tom Knowles, giving them a 4-2 win over Woking. Your next sport here on BBC Radio Gloucestershire is on Saturday. It's an early kick-off in the PWR. Gloucester Hartpury away to Sale, Forest Green at a late kick-off, 3 o'clock at York. Join Steve Kitchen for that. Cheerio, Becky Wants next.
10 with the BBC News, I'm John Collins. The Metropolitan Police has begun a criminal investigation into Lord Mandelson's dealings with the paedophile financier Jeffrey Epstein. Files released in the US suggest he sent sensitive information to Epstein about the government's response to the 2009 financial crisis. Earlier, Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer said Lord Mandelson had let down his country. England's largest local authority says it's no longer bankrupt. Until today, that had been the case for Birmingham City Council since the autumn of 2023. But after cuts in services and council tax rises of more than 17% over the last 2 years, the Labour-run authority says its books are now balanced. Council leader John Cotton says it's an important milestone.
What we're setting out today is a budget that is balanced, that brings us back into the mainstream of local government and also sets out 130 million of investment in priorities to the people of this city around cleaning streets, around making the streets safer, and also investing in youth services and expanding the opening hours of our libraries.
The family of 15-year-old Harvey Wilgoose, who was stabbed to death a year ago today by a fellow school pupil, say too many red flags were ignored. An independent review into the teenager's death reportedly found the Sheffield school was unaware of his killer's violence at his previous one because they didn't review his behaviour records. Yogi Amin from the law firm which represents Harvey's parents says their son's death could have been avoided.
The report found that from the point Harvey's attacker was first considered to move to All Saints School through to the day of the killing, school leaders could and at times should have taken different action.
Police have arrested a 13-year-old boy over a hit-and-run incident a week ago in which an e-bike crashed into a pregnant woman. The baby was born in a Dorset hospital after the crash in Poole and is now in a serious condition. The teenager's been arrested on suspicion of a driving offence. French prosecutors have asked Elon Musk to appear at a hearing after the office of his social media firm X was raided by police in Paris. It's part of an investigation into content recommended by the platform's algorithm and its AI chatbot Grok. And a former zoo owner has described the business as monumentally expensive after BBC research showed 40% of accredited zoos and aquaria in the UK have had money worries since 2022. Last year, 6 animal attractions in Devon and Cornwall closed or were forced to sell. Benjamin Mee used to own Dartmoor Zoo and is still involved there as a trustee.
Feels incredibly precarious all the time. During my tenure, it was touch and go whether we would make it through to the next year. It's monumentally expensive to run a zoo, yeah. I mean, the fixed overheads just get worse.
You're now up to date and it's 3 minutes past 10.
The Late Show with Becky Want.